those guys mean to the organization. And I think he's helping get the Blackhawks back to that by leading this next generation for Chicago. And so it should be a really special night. It's already a packed house here in pregame warmups. A lot of other fans were also participating in that Q&A session with 6 or 7 Stanley Cup winners that did the Atrium Q&A with Darren Pang. And so a lot of them will be filtering in as well. So should be a really fun atmosphere tonight. Hawks, it looks like, are going to run with the same lineup in this game, except they're going to change the goaltender, which dives us into our tonight's goaltending matchup, sponsored by Trajan Wealth, helping protect what you've built and prepare for what's ahead. It's going to be Arvid Soderblom in goal for the Blackhawks. In his career against the Boston Bruins, he has 3 starts, and he's 1-1-1 with a 2.66 goals against average and a .918 save percentage. So he's done pretty well against this Boston Bruins team. And then on the other end between the pipes is Jonas Korpisalo, who has an 8-8 record, but in his last 2 starts, he's 2-0 with a 1 goal against average and a .982 save percentage. And he's coming off a 27 save shutout performance and a 1-0 win over the Pittsburgh Penguins on Sunday. Time now to get to our injury report, sponsored by Illinois Bone and Joint Institute. Injured after hours, they've got you covered with access to their clinical team beyond regular clinical hours. Learn more at ibji.com. On Boston's side, the notable key injuries, Hampus Lindholm, he's been out since January 3rd with an undisclosed injury. I think he got activated from injured reserve earlier today, so there's a chance he might return to the lineup tonight. And then Andrew Peeke suffered a lower body injury on Thursday after blocking a shot. We'll see if he plays as well for the Boston Bruins. And then the positive news on the Blackhawks side, well, first we'll get to the negative. Teuvo Teravainen is going to be missing his 2nd straight game with an upper body injury after he left Monday's game after the first period. But the good news is Frank Nazar was on the ice with the Blackhawks this morning at morning skate. Now, it was in a non-contact jersey, but Blackhawks head coach Jeff Blashill said he will practice with the team tomorrow. He's not going to play on Monday, but after that, it sounds like he is essentially day-to-day moving forward. So it sure looks like Frank Nazar is tracking towards a return very soon, and in all likelihood is going to return prior to the Olympic break in a couple weeks. So that's a really positive sign for Frank Nazar and the Chicago Blackhawks. Time for a break here on the FanDuel Sportsbook Chicago Blackhawks pregame show. When we come back, we'll hear from Blackhawks head coach Jeff Blashill, who I spoke with earlier this morning.
What they did here and the history they had in those years is amazing. It's an unbelievable run, one that hasn't really been seen probably in a long time. And a lot of guys with a lot of passion, and I know the city of Chicago, love that team, and certainly we're going to see that energy from that tonight.
Blackhawks hockey is sponsored by Plumbers 911 Chicago, where they do it right the first time. United Airlines, your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers, and Citgo. Score savings on every fill-up with Club Citgo. Download the app now to start saving. More coming up on the FanDuel Sportsbook Chicago Blackhawks pregame show on 720 WGN.
Hi, this is Dave Muzio, owner of Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric. When emergencies happen, who do you call? Broken pipe, power outage, furnace failure, no hot water? The answer is always the same. Call Four Seasons. We guarantee same-day service and installation on all heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical needs with no extra charge for nights, weekends, or holidays. That's why over 30,000 customers have given us a 5-star Google review.
For all the right reasons, call 866-4 Seasons.
Hi, everyone. Julie Stewart-Binks here, along with former NHLer Nate Thompson. Join us on Energy Line as we share our takes, stories, and surprise guests every week.
Patrick Kane, 3-time Stanley Cup champion.
Team USA head coach Mike Sullivan.
6-time Stanley Cup champion Mark Messier.
With over 800 NHL games, I know a couple guys.
Biz didn't have Twitter. No one knew who he was, so I called Whit, and I'm like, how's Biz? He was like, I'm telling you right now, you're going to hate him. Then he'll be your best friend.
Listen on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts,
or wherever you get your podcasts.
Looking for a little winter magic this season? Set your sights on Lake Geneva for the 31st Annual Winterfest and America's Snow Sculpting Invitational, January 28th through February 1st. Imagine this, 15 of the best snow sculpting teams from across the country and abroad, carving massive works of art live, right before your eyes. Towers of snow transforming into breathtaking masterpieces you'll talk about long after they melt. But that's just the beginning. Cozy up by bonfires on the beach. Enjoy live entertainment and let the kids dive into endless snowy fun. And don't miss the downtown ice sculpture walk, where more than 40 glistening ice creations make the perfect backdrops for your frosty winter photos. Because in Lake Geneva, snow and ice make everything twice as nice. So plan your Winterfest getaway now at visitlakegeneva.com. See you in Lake Geneva for the 31st annual Winterfest, where it's always been the place for winter magic.
You've put off converting your traditional IRA to a Roth IRA because of what you thought would be a huge tax bill. But if you don't do it now, your tax bill most likely will be much higher. Hello, my name is Michael S. Bauer. I am the creator of the Roth Relief Program for wealthy investors and retirees. I'm telling you that with my Roth Relief Program, I've been able to help wealthy Americans just like you convert all their taxable IRAs at once into tax-free Roth accounts without paying a dime in out-of-pocket costs. Now that I have your attention, pick up the phone and call me right now at 844-IRA-ROTH. That's 844-IRA-ROTH or 844-472-7684. It's your choice. You can potentially pay millions in taxes for years to come or never pay taxes ever again. You decide. Call me right now at 844-IRA-ROTH or 844-472-7684. It's your money. Don't give it away. Keep all of it. Call me now.
Back here on the FanDuel Sportsbook Chicago Blackhawks pregame show, Charlie Romelio is here with Blackhawks head coach Jeff Blashill, coming off of a 3-1 loss to the Calgary Flames. Probably the special teams was the big performance in that one. Felt like a rare off night for your group. How would you describe overall that game for your team?
Yeah, I mean, I think, you're right in saying for sure we lost the special teams battle. The penalty kill gives one up right away on kind of a puck battle around the net that I think is a winnable play. So that's disappointing. I thought our PP, it struggled getting in the zone, and that's always super frustrating. It's not just that you don't score, it's that it almost hurts your momentum because it's just super frustrating. So we got to do a better job on making sure we get in the zone. Our kill has to have the urgency needed to make sure we don't, to me, that's a very preventable goal. And then overall 5-on-5, I just thought, they're a good defensive team. Once they got the lead, they always had numbers back, and we just had to be more willing to drive the middle, to win a few more puck battles in the O-zone and have more net presence. It was going to be a score ugly type night, and it'll be similar tonight. This team's going to have numbers back, so we're going to have to be more committed to kind of that north-south game.
All right, let's get to tonight. We were just watching morning skate, and we got a few cup winners in town from the banner years from the 2010, 13, and 15 squads. What are you expecting the energy to be like in the building tonight, given that all these cup winners are going to be in town?
Yeah, it'll be great. It's I got a chance to go meet a number of them last night, a little event last night, and really good guys. Obviously, what they did here. And the history they had in those years is amazing. It's an unbelievable run. One that hasn't really been seen probably in a long time. So it's a pretty cool thing, and a lot of guys with a lot of passion. And I know the city of Chicago, love that team, and certainly we're going to see that energy from that tonight.
Do you feel like your guys too can feed off that when it's going to be a packed house? There's going to be a pregame ceremony where the crowd is going to be pretty juiced. Do you feel like that could benefit your guys here tonight?
I do. I just think it's definitely going to add energy to the building. I think a Saturday night game is generally a good game, but certainly a game like tonight when you're honoring that group, the fans, that'll be a packed house, as you said, and I just think we have the opportunity to feed off that energy.
What do you remember about those three Stanley Cup teams and what made that group so special from afar?
Well, it's interesting. They had obviously some elite players at each position, and that's ultimately what you need to have in order to win. But then they also I think had some guys that were highly competitive in what I would say kind of role positions that kind of probably pushed them over the top. So you just had that great combo of some elite talent. And those guys, by the way, were hyper competitive. I know a number of them, they're hyper competitive people. And then, you're supported by guys in roles that excelled in their roles and were also hyper competitive. So, that's what I remember. It's just what a great run that they went on. It was pretty cool to watch from afar.
All right, fitting that the Boston Bruins are in town because they were one of the teams that the Blackhawks beat in 2013 for their second of those 3 Stanley Cups. What are you expecting from the Bruins? They're obviously coming in here really hot, having won their last 5 games.
Yeah, they're a good team. Marco's done a really good job with them. They play a very structured system. They end up in a kind of a neutral zone forecheck that's almost a 1-2-2/1-4 type trap that they do a good job in, and so it becomes a hard grinding type game, and so we just have to be committed to that hard grinding type game. We talked about it this morning. We need great middle drive. We need to be again hard in those areas and do a good job with that.
All right, thanks for doing this, and good luck tonight.
Yep, thank you.
Whether it's a plumbing emergency or just a simple repair like a clogged toilet, Plumbers 911 is your source for the best licensed plumbers. Every plumber has background checks, insurance, and 10,000 hours of training. When you call 1-833-PLUM-911, you'll be connected with one of Chicagoland's most trusted contractors, like Bathke Plumbing in Chicago. Wherever you are, a Plumbers 911 contractor is always close by. Call 1-833-PLUM-911. Plumbers 911, where they do it right the first time.
Hey, Jeremy Roenick here. I've seen a lot of stat sheets in my career, but when it comes to beer, these numbers jump off the page. Flight by Yuengling, 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, and brewed with crisp, refreshing flavor. That's not just light beer, it's light beer with game, and it's brewed by the oldest brewery in America. Bottom line, if you care about performance and taste, Flight by Yuengling brings both. Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer. DG Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, PA.
Remember that smell of the sauce simmering on the stove all day? The laughter, the stories, the family gathered around the table. You can bring back that feeling with Marconi imported Italian tomatoes. These aren't just any tomatoes. They're grown, picked, and packed in the San Marzano region of Italy. Rich, sweet, full of flavor. The perfect base for your homemade sauce and soups. Next time you're at the store, look for Marconi, because the best conversations start in the kitchen, and the best meals start with Marconi. And don't forget the Giardinera.
There's never been a better time to test drive that Hyundai you've always wanted. Hyundai's award-winning lineup of cars, SUVs, hybrids, and EVs put your safety first with available class-exclusive features like digital key and remote, smart parking assist, plus America's best warranty. See your local Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealer or visit HyundaiUSA.com today. Back here at the United Center, where the Blackhawks and Bruins are about to square off. I wanted to let that music run a little bit so that for our great John Weideman here, the boys are back in town because the Stanley Cup winning boys from those 2010, 13, and 15 teams are all in the building. 25-plus Cup winners are in town tonight for the centennial celebration of the Banner Years chapters. So it should be a really fun pregame ceremony that's going to be starting very shortly. So we're going to throw it to break in a little bit to make sure that we can carry that. But first, let's look at tonight's jerseys, sponsored by Suits 2020. Stop by their men's clothing superstore to check out the selection of suits, tuxes, shirts, ties, shoes, and more. Visit Suits2020.com. The Blackhawks are in their centennial home red sweaters, and the Boston Bruins are in their road whites, the black and yellow combo. Original 6 sweater matchup between Chicago and Boston. I'm going to bring in Steve Conrad really quick, and we're not even going to preview tonight's game. We're going to talk about the actual celebration that's going to happen shortly. I was able to see, actually a few of them were here at Morning Skate earlier today because some of their kids, I think, were playing in a game here this afternoon at the United Center. So very cool to see members from all those different 3 teams that we don't typically see, like Dustin Bufflin has made an appearance. Yeah. It's great to see these guys here at the UC tonight.
Yeah, I saw Brent Seabrook. I think he's got 3 boys. He's got 3 kids. And the one boy, and I want to say his name is 7. I could be wrong. I think his name is 7, which makes sense. He's like 5'10". The kid may be 12 years old. He's almost 6 feet tall. So it was great to see those guys. Dustin Bufflin, I haven't seen in forever. Had a chance to talk to Brian Bickle. Talk to Siebes, too. It was great. It brings back a lot of memories, and they will be very well received tonight by this United Center crowd.
We should also plug that Colin Frazier is going to be joining us in the first intermission as our guest, so it's going to be nice to catch up with him. But we see guys like Patrick Sharp and Duncan Keith and Marian Hossa, but it's really the fringe players that we haven't seen in a while, like Antoine Vermette. How about Marcus Kruger had a game in Sweden on Thursday, flew in for this, and I imagine he's going to fly back to make sure that he's available for their next game. I think they actually had a game earlier today that he obviously was not present for, right. But very cool that I can't remember maybe the last time that he was in Chicago for him to have this recognition. He said last night when they all got together, it was like one of the most memorable moments of his career. So that's got to mean a lot to him.
Well, and you touched on something, because it wasn't just the star players, the guys who are going to end up in the Hockey Hall of Fame. Andrew Shaw got a huge round of applause. Marcus Kruger, Troy Brouwer, guys that, were really role players, but really had their fingerprints all over the Stanley Cup. They deserved it too, and they got their applause here this afternoon and tonight. So I was happy to see those guys. Sometimes you kind of forget about them, but they were big parts of those banner years.
How fitting that the Boston Bruins are in town tonight because of the 17 seconds. We have both Dave Bolin and Brian Bickle in the building. Yeah. It feels like every time you see the Boston Bruins sweater, it's hard not to remember that moment from 12 years ago.
Can I tell you something that I probably have never, ever revealed on air, is that Pat Boyle and I were at that game. The score was 2-1 for Boston. It took us forever to get from the press box downstairs, so we left.
Oh, because it's the worst elevator in the league.
Worst elevator in the league. We thought that the game was obviously going to be won by Boston. We had to do a post-game downstairs. We get downstairs, and we're up 3-2. We missed both of the goals, obviously the 17 seconds. So we had no idea that we were about to win the Stanley Cup that night. And we kind of faked it from then on.
Well, and you guys caught some great video footage, because I remember watching. I was actually in Boston there as a fan, but the CSN cameras at the time caught Jonathan Taves and some of the players
dancing,
moonwalking on the Boston Bruins ice.
Yeah, I remember it was a country and western song, I forget which one, and Johnny came out with the boys, and he was moonwalking and dancing and doing a little toe tapping out there. Yeah, that was spectacular.
I love it. All right, we're going to wrap up this abbreviated pregame show because we do want to air the pregame ceremony that Pat Foley is going to be emceeing very shortly, and then he's going to introduce all of those 25-plus Cup-winning alumni to the ice. That's going to do it for the FanDuel Sportsbook Chicago Blackhawks pregame show. We got Blackhawks Bruins coming your way next with John and Steve. You're listening to Blackhawks Hockey on 720 WGN.
What do the Blackhawks and United Airlines have in common? The next generation has arrived, and the future looks bright. New planes are joining the United Airlines fleet every week, decked out with Bluetooth connectivity, screens and power at every seat, and bigger overhead bins to fit everyone's carry-on. Book your next trip on the United app or United.com today. United Airlines, proud to be the official airline of the Chicago Blackhawks. The NHL is officially back, and right now, new FanDuel customers can bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets if you win. Put your first bet in the back of the net on FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook and official partner of the Chicago Blackhawks. Must be 21 or older and present in Illinois. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued is non-withdrawable bonus bets which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, this is John Williams. The roller coaster. No matter your age, no matter the amusement park, it never ceases to bring the emotional goods, the anticipation, the excitement, and then the fear and adrenaline rush that comes with the king of all rides. And the same can be said when it comes to your retirement. Lots of questions and concerns that, for some, can feel like a roller coaster. Will you be able to continue to live as comfortably as you do now? Will you have complete financial independence? Will you run out of money? How about taxes, Social Security, health care? Tom Fortino and the team at the Alpha Wealth Group can answer these questions and more with their roadmap to retirement. Call 630-864-6711. 630-864-6711. Online, alphawealthgroup.com. Call the Alpha Wealth Group today, and let's save the fear and adrenaline for the amusement park.
Advisory services through Retirement Wealth Advisors, LLC, a SEC-registered investment advisor. Insurance and annuities offered through Alpha Wealth Group, licensed in Illinois.
Welcome to Take 5 Oil Change.
Hey, which way is your waiting room?
Oh, you can stay in your car. It only takes 10 minutes.
I can stay in? Get out. I better find a good playlist to listen to while I wait. EDM? Nah. Oh, what about something classical? Nah. You got any suggestions?
Dad rock?
Now you speaking my language.
Take 5. The stay in your car 10-minute oil change.
Tune into House Smarts Radio every Saturday morning after 9:45 for Lou's Last Call. Sponsored by Mitsubishi Electric Heating and Air Conditioning. For more info, visit getacomfyhome.com.
100 years.
This is just fantastic.
One city. One team.
Way to go, Blackhawks!
The kids.
Nazar on a breakaway down the slot. Shoots, he scores! Connor with a shot, he scores! Renzel fired, he scores!
They can play.
Yes, they can.
An original 6 tradition that rattles the rafters with Chicago pride.
Where you from? Chicago.
Chicago? Chicago?
From the anthem to the final horn. It's time for Chicago Blackhawks hockey. With the call of the game, here's John Whiteman and Steve Conroy.
The Chicago Blackhawks take on a tough Original 6 rival tonight as they host the Boston Bruins for the final time in the season. The Bruins have won 5 in a row, and they're trying to hang on to a wild card spot while the Hawks are in regroup mode after consecutive home losses. Boston is for sure a big, tough team and certainly are a contender. But somehow they're also a beatable hockey team. So it's on the Hawks to figure out how to make that a reality. Well, hi again, everyone. John Whiteman along with Steve Conroy and Charlie Rameliotis. Glad to have you along here. We're here at the United Center, and this is a special night for all people that love this Chicago Blackhawks team, the Blackhawk world, if you will. The organization is going to honor the members of the Blackhawks organization, Blackhawks team, that won Stanley Cups here tonight, and some have won all 3. There's a 7 that have won all 3. We saw that in a video recently put out, and it was very well done by the TV side. And Steve, I don't know, I look at this night as one that obviously we're going to remember for those reasons, but also because I think we're going to see a very good hockey team here tonight. Boston, a big, strong team. They got plenty of size. They got plenty of toughness. They're deep at center. They've got a fairly strong defense. They've got a dynamic player in David Pastrnak. All of that aside, the Blackhawks somehow can find a winning formula. It seems like that for some reason Boston is just not as invincible as you would think they are based on what you see on paper.
Yeah, and the Blackhawks have played some of their better games against better teams, whether it's the Vegas Golden Knights, the Dallas Stars. They went into Nashville, and a very hot Nashville team they were able to beat. And I look at this Boston Bruins team, and they've really surprised me this year, John, because they were sellers last year. You know, they sold Brad Marchand towards the trade deadline, Brandon Carlo, Trent Frederick, Charlie Coyle, Justin Brazeau, and you figure, okay, there's a fire sale. They're going to be retooling. Well, they retooled on the fly pretty quickly, and right now, very close to a playoff spot.
Blackhawks are going to go with Arvid Soderblom in goal, and I think this is a sensible choice by Jeff Blashill. Arvid Soderblom was the goaltender in Boston for that 4-3 overtime loss. That was a game the Hawks easily could have won, and in a tough building to play in Boston. So Arvid gets the call here tonight. This is the first time he's going to take the net after dealing with the sickness that he and Spencer Knight had basically at the same time. It'll be interesting to see how Arvid responds to this kind of a challenge.
Well, I think he'll respond very well, and he has in the past. Believe it or not, he's only had one start in the last 3 weeks, and part of that is because of the fact that he had the flu, and he would have missed one of those starts that he probably should have had. And in those last 2 starts, he's had 2 wins. So impressive wins against the Vegas Golden Knights, the Dallas Stars. He's chomping at the bit to get back in there, and you know you're going to see your best from Arvid Soderblom tonight.
We should have a good matchup tonight, by the way. The Boston Bruins have a very good power play. They're going to face the number 2 rated penalty kill in the National Hockey League in the Chicago Blackhawks. I look for maybe something to happen there, maybe a shorthanded chance or 2 for the Hawks. Who knows on the other side?
Well, the power play I'm going to be looking at because the last 2 games they have not had a power play goal. In fact, their last game against the Calgary Flames, they had 4 minutes, make that 4 power plays, 8 minutes of power play time. They didn't have any power play shots, and that is something I think the coaching staff looked at and is going to talk to the team about, listen, guys, when you get your looks, make sure you're taking shots. Korpisalo, he's been good the last little bit. He has struggled in the past this year. There's been games where he's given up 4 and 5 goals on a consistent basis, so get to him early, make sure he's seeing lots of shots.
Connor Bedard is, of course, back in the lineup playing again after the game against Calgary. He was beset by the illness. Frank Nazar, Charlie told you a little while ago, he took the morning skate. Great to see him out taking a twirl. Hopefully he'll be back in the lineup very, very soon. Now, they have a beautiful ceremony planned here, and I'm not going to gab away while that's going on. Right now there's a curtain or a set of drapery, if you will, that has been dropped down from the center ice scoreboard. And right now they're trying to put it into place before the ceremony begins. And nothing is perfect. I mean, they do have to work out the kinks, but Pat Foley momentarily will take the podium and conduct this ceremony. Should be unbelievable.
Yeah, I've been a part of these ceremonies. I was with the Blackhawks when they retired the number of Stan Mikita, and it means a lot to the players. And they realize that, it upsets the rhythm of the game, but you realize that what you're witnessing is history. And I think what these Blackhawk players will see is some history, because these guys, 7 of them have won 3 Stanley Cups. 25 players here have won a Stanley Cup, and that's the bar that's been set for them. And I think it's good that that's the blueprint that they're looking to follow.
Real quick, Steve, I think we need to share with the listeners the moment that we had this morning in the morning skate. I came out of the Zamboni tunnel where I usually, enter to watch the morning skate. I like watching it from ice level. And I turned to my right, and who do I see? Dustin Byfuglien, Brent Seabrook, Troy Brouwer, Chris Versteeg. Colin Fraser was there. He's going to be our guest in between the first and second period. And it was just great to see all the boys, and I just felt that feeling of deja vu, like I've been here before, and I've been around these guys before. And now you roll the clock fast forward, they've all got children. They're not kids anymore. They're not the fair-haired kids that we saw when they were on the Blackhawks. They're all dads now, plenty of responsibility.
Yeah, and it was funny to see all the kids running around picking up errant pucks from the morning skate. But the guys all sat together, and there's you can sense the brotherhood. And when you win a Stanley Cup together, I never got to win a Stanley Cup. I went far in the playoffs, but never won a cup. But when you win a cup with a guy, he's your brother. And you could just tell that they really felt comfortable sitting, talking, chatting with each other in that morning skate.
All right, we're going to send it down to ice level. I believe Pat Foley will take to the podium here momentarily. And a little bit of a equipment malfunction down on the ice, but they'll get that taken care of. Momentarily, you'll hear Pat. Pat, of course, longtime play-by-play voice of the Chicago Blackhawks, TV and radio. And they're dealing with an issue, folks. There's a piece of drapery that has been hung from the center ice scoreboard, and it got stuck. They're trying to unstick it.
John, I'll call that a wardrobe malfunction. That's a wardrobe malfunction right there.
I didn't want to say wardrobe, but I'll go with you on that. Tell you what, before we go any further, let's pause 10 seconds for ID. This is Chicago Blackhawks hockey.
WGN Chicago is your radio home for the Hawks, the Cats, March Madness, and the Indy 500. On air and on smart devices worldwide.
Back to the United Center. John Whiteman, Steve Conroy, and Charlie Rinaldi-Otis all here for the Blackhawks and Boston Bruins game here tonight. And some ceremonies that will be taking place here momentarily. I think about these games, Steve, these original 6 games, and what they mean to both organizations and really to the fan bases. It's really quite remarkable in some ways. Right now, we're going to send it down to ice level. The voice of the Blackhawks, Pat Foley.
Welcome to Chapter 3 of the Blackhawks Centennial Celebration. Got to have a quick shout out here. A couple young people with the Hawks, Brian Howe, Rachel Stelfox, have worked tirelessly for 6 months to make these pregame events happen. They do a great job. We hope you have enjoyed them. Now, hello, Stanley.
There's a Stanley Cup perched on the carpet in center ice, folks. Pat just leaned over and gave it a hug and a kiss.
But there's a bunch of young athletes in that locker room who are trying to rebuild this franchise to the point that you will be invited back here hopefully sometime soon. Would you like to say hello to some of the people who made it happen? These are men who gave everything to their teammates and to us so they could bring the greatest trophy in sports back to Chicago. We have about 30 of them here. That's a big number. I don't think I can handle it all. I need a little help. I need a guy who's got the eyes of a scout, who teaches the game better than anybody ever has, which is why he's the best analyst in sports. Would you join me and the Blackhawks in welcoming back to the United Center Chicago's very own Eddie Olczyk?
Eddie Olczyk makes his way down the red carpet from center ice in a standing ovation here at the United Center. Edzo and Pat with a big embrace. Pat's in the back. Great to see Edzo back in town. First round draft pick of the Chicago Blackhawks back in 1984, third overall. Let's join Eddie at ice level.
Hello, Chicago! Hello, Blackhawks fans! For the last 52 years of my life, the Blackhawks have been a huge part of it. Right here in my hometown, as a fan, as a player, and a broadcaster with the great Pat Foley. This will always be home. It is so great to be back on such a special night. I would like to say thank you to Danny Wirtz. Danny, thank you to Jamie Faulkner, Kyle Davidson, my old pal Normie McIver, and my old pal head coach Jeff Blashill for having me back. And it is so great to be back with my old partner. We were so lucky to be a very small part of this unbelievable time in history for the Chicago Blackhawks on the TV side and on the radio side. Of course, John Whiteman and the great Troy Murray. And we'd like to send well wishes to a guy that's battling right now. We love you, Slade. As Pat touched on, we are here tonight to celebrate and remember a historic stretch in this team's history, celebrating the Stanley Cup champions of 2010, 2013, and 2015. As you all know, hockey is the ultimate team game, both on and off the ice to be successful. To be the best, it starts with great ownership and leadership, and we all saw that from Rocky Wirtz. And I understand Rocky's wife, Marilyn, is in attendance, and Marilyn, we love you, and we thank you. You got to think about the staff that was here before the success and then during. John McDonough, Jay Blanc, Dale Talon, Stan Bowman, Dennis Savard, and of course, Coach Q, Joe Quenneville. And countless other people within the front office and the staff, all of the scouts, all of the people behind the scenes, and an unbelievable training staff, medical and equipment, and some of those men are still on the team today. And of course, the players, and of course, all of you, the greatest fans in all of hockey. Now please turn your attention to the Blackhawks bench as we welcome back members of the 2010 team. Please say hello to defenseman number 6, Jordan Hendry.
Jordan Henry living in Fairbanks, Alaska now.
Please welcome back. You got to love those old number 16s. Number 16, Andrew Ladd.
Andrew Ladd came to the Blackhawks in a trade with Carolina and was part of the 2010 Cup
Welcome back, Brown. Number 22, Troy Brouwer.
Troy Brouwer also part of the 2010 championship.
A two-time Stanley Cup champion in 2010 and 15. Number 32, Chris Versteeg.
Chris Versteeg, who wasn't a camera that he didn't
No
own.
introduction needed. Number 33, Big Buff.
Dustin Byfuglien walking down the red carpet towards
Two-time
center ice.
Stanley Cup champion, number 36, David Bolland.
David Bolland, who scored the goal in Boston for 17 seconds.
Welcome back, number 37, Adam Burish.
Adam Burish, 2010 champion.
Number
University of
46,
Wisconsin.
Colin Frazier.
Colin Frazier, part of the 2010 championship team. He won 2 more
And
with
still
LA.
a member of the Blackhawk front office. Welcome back, Soupy, number 51, Brian Campbell.
Brian Campbell, part of the 2010 championship team.
Number 55, Ben Eager.
As well, Ben Eager, 2010 championship team.
Now let's welcome back members of the 2013 Stanley Cup champion team. Two-time Stanley Cup champion, number 16, Marcus Kruger.
Scored the goal that ended the longest game in Blackhawks
number
history.
17, Sheldon Brookbank.
Brooksy, part of the 2013 championship
number 22,
team.
Jammer, Jamal Mayers.
Jamal Mayers also part of 2013's team.
Number 25, Victor Stahlberg.
As well, Victor Stahlberg, 2013.
Number 26, Michael Hanzus.
Michael Hanzus was out there. He was the extra guy for 17 seconds.
He's still blocking shots. Two-time Stanley Cup champion defenseman. Number 27, Johnny Oduya.
Oduya, 2013 and 2015.
Number
Swedish
28,
born.
Ben Smith.
Ben Smith scored the big goal in
Two-time
game number
Stanley Cup champion,
3.
half of 17 seconds. Brian Bickle.
And here's Brian Bickle.
Two-time Stanley Cup champion, Michael Roosevelt. And if you get it, you got a shot. Two-time Stanley Cup champion, Corey Crawford.
Great to see Corey Crawford back in a Blackhawks sweater. Two championships, 2013
Two-time
and 2015.
Stanley Cup champion, number 65, Andrew Shaw.
They nicknamed him the Mutt, and he lived up to that.
And now, let's welcome back members from the 2015 Stanley Cup champions. Forward, number 11, Andrew Desjardins. One of us, Chicago's very own, Scott Darling. Number 44, Kimo Timonen. Number 80, Antoine Vermette. And still a member of the Blackhawks on the offensive line. Please say hello to number 86, Teuvo Teravainen. As I mentioned earlier, hockey is the ultimate team game. Everyone listed on the club plays a major role in each championship. It's like a fine puzzle. However, there are 7 individuals who make up the core during these runs. Of course, Jonathan Toews and Patrick Kane are a little busy right now. But Johnny will be here on Monday night with the Winnipeg Jets. They are unable to be here, along with the Hammer, Nicholas Hjalmarsson, who had a family commitment. So joining us tonight, draw your attention over to the Zamboni Tunnel. These guys really need no induction. A 2-time Norris Trophy winner, the Conn Smythe Trophy in 2015, a 2025 Hockey Hall of Fame inductee, number 2, Duncan Keith.
Dunk walks up the red carpet that extends out of the Zamboni tunnel all the way out to center ice.
And when he hit you, you stayed hit. More importantly, he had an influential and important voice in that locker room. The soul of the Blackhawks wore number 7, Brent Seabrook.
Seabrook, Duncan Keith's D partner for all those years and all 3 championships.
Near the top of the Hawks leaderboard for playoff goal scoring during the dynasty years, an all-star winger, the sharpshooter, number 10, Patrick Sharp.
Now working for the Philadelphia Flyers in player development. Sharpie looks like he can still play. Pride of Thunder Bay, Ontario.
There has
University of
never
Vermont
been
Catamount.
a better two-way forward in a Blackhawks sweater. And nobody will ever wear number 81 again. First ballot Hockey Hall of Famer, Marian Hossa.
Marian Hossa on the red carpet. And now he goes into a bit of a jog as he passes through the Stanley Cup on the ice.
Hey, fellas, if you don't mind, could we close this, what you guys have earned the right to do, You mind lifting the cup on UC Ice one more time in front of the best fans in the world?
Oh, good call, Pat. Good call. Brent Seabrook picks it up and over his head with the cup.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise if you are able. Please remove your hats and join us in honoring United States Navy Lieutenant Commander Helen Lemonager and United States Marine Corps.
All right, tonight's presentation of the national anthem is proudly sponsored by Altoff Industries, a proud partner of Plumbers 911. And for the anthem, we always send it down to ice level and the best in the business, Mr. Jim Corneliuson. Hawks fans, please enjoy our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed, and the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, for the we're so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there.
Steve, we just heard from the best in the business, Mr. Jim Corneliuson, of course. But a couple thoughts coursed through my mind as Jim was singing. Number one, the looks on the players on the Blackhawks bench. Seeing this kind of energy in the building and the guys that made it all happen that were their predecessors, and now what they probably have in their minds as goals, personal goals as a team, I think that will give them a tremendous amount of inspiration.
Yeah, you know, those Blackhawk teams obviously set a pretty high bar, but they set a blueprint here. They did it through hard work. They did it through teamwork. They did it through camaraderie. And as I mentioned earlier, that's a great blueprint for success in life, in business, and in sports. And I think that's what they'll probably take out of this. And they realize how beloved they are just because they were champs. And champs 3 times over in the 2010, 13, and 15 seasons. And they will live on immortally here in Chicago.
And one of the other thoughts I had was for the guys that on that Blackhawks bench who have not played in the playoffs here in Chicago, what a treat they're going to be in for when they do eventually get there.
Yeah, it's a different season. It's a different animal altogether playing in the postseason, especially here in Chicago. They love their playoff hockey, and it ramps up to another gear.
All right, who's going to deliver? Sponsored by Mitsubishi Electric Heating and Air Conditioning, electric heat pumps for a better environment inside and out. Visit getacomfyhome.com. Well, I'm going to go with Connor Bedard. Too easy. He scored his first NHL goal against the Boston Bruins. I'm picking him to deliver tonight. Keys for tonight's game, sponsored by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealer. Steve, what do you have?
Well, John, first off, use this ceremony as motivation, and we talked about it. A lot of Stanley Cup winners in the house tonight. They were just on the ice. These teams, they've set a high bar for the Chicago Blackhawks, but I think they can use it for motivation, especially in this hockey game against Boston. Secondly, power play. We need you. No power play goals in the last 2 games. The special teams, penalty killing has been great. Power play, they need to get going. And then finally, win it for Grizz. Matt Grzelcyk spent 7+ years with the Boston Bruins. He's from the Boston area. His dad was a longtime rink maintenance man. do win a game tonight for Grizz against his former team.
All right, Steve, who are you banking on? Sponsored by Marquette Bank. Love where you bank, celebrating 80 years of neighborhood banking.
The aforementioned Matt Grzelcyk. He has yet to score a goal. I think he came very close in that last game against the Calgary Flames. I think Matt Grzelcyk gets his first as a Blackhawk. I'm counting on Grzelcyk.
All right. Jonas Korpisalo starts in goal for the Boston Bruins. At defense are Henry Jokiharju and Nikita Zadorov up front from left to right. And it's going to be Casey Middlestat left wing, centering the opening line. Pavel Zacha starting at the right wing. Victor Arvidsson. For the Blackhawks, it's Arvid Soderblom in goal. 1-1-1 in his career against the Bruins. At defense are Matt Grzelcyk and Artem Levshunov up front from left to right. Connor Bedard at left wing. Ryan Green centers the Hawks opening line. Andre Burakovsky starts at the right wing. Referees tonight, Mike Sullivan and Gord Dwyer. Handling the line, Steve Barton and Travis Garowitz. And we're underway here at the UC. Bedard to the Boston blue line. Spins it down the left side. Boards behind the net. Wade goes into the right wing corner. Pavel Zacha there to Henry Jokiharju between the circles. Passing up the right wing. Victor Arvidsson in over the Hawk blue line. Cuts across to the left circle. Backhands it in front. And it's slapped just wide by Middlestat. Jokiharju regains the puck right wing corner. Sent it behind the Hawk net for Zacha. He turned it over, however, but then Zadorov now takes a pass in the slot and drives one in on goal, and a stick save made by Soderblom. Ryan Green, who played his college hockey at Boston University, will hand it over to Matt Grzelcyk, who also played there, and he spins the puck off the boards and down in behind the Boston net. And former Hawk number 1 pick, Henry Jokiharju, there to get it. Passing up ice, Elias Lindholm into the Hawk zone. To Marat Husnadinov in the left wing corner. He had a 4-goal game against the New York Rangers not long ago. He turns the puck over. Hawks come back up ice. And a shot from the right point by Ilya Mikheyev goes into the net. But this is after a whistle. And the Bruins all taking exception to that. And they all skate over to the area where Ilya Mikheyev was, who shot the puck from that area anyway. And it's kind of like an arm-in-arm kind of a dance.
Well, he was offside by quite a bit, and we didn't hear the whistle up here, but it was certainly blown offside, and that's why the Boston Bruins were not happy about that shot from Mikheyev. Goaltender Korpisalo just let up on the play. The puck went in the net. I'd say about half the fans here at the United Center thought it was a goal, but there was a whistle on the play. Not sure if there'll be any penalties or not. It looks like the referees are not skating over to the penalty box, so they will play on.
Yeah. Just some terse words and minatory stares, I guess. Face off just outside the Boston line. Elias Lindholm facing off against the Hawks, Jason Dickinson. David Pastrnak on the ice for the Bruins. Now Dickinson has been tossed off the dot. Tyler Bertuzzi will take the draw. Dickinson having a dialogue with the linesman that's been holding on to the puck there. All happening in front of the Bruin bench. Lindholm wins this face-off back into the Bruin zone. And the puck taken by young defenseman Jonathan Aspirall. Moves it across. Charlie McAvoy, Bruin line right wing, goes rink by with a pass. David Pastrnak into the Hawk zone, top of the left circle. Put a pass behind his back to himself in the left wing corner. Then leaves it to Husnadinov in the left wing circle. He'll twist around to the line. Spin it over to Pastrnak in the left circle. Had the puck poke checked off his stick by Louis Crevier, and the Hawks come out of their end. Bertuzzi wings a pass on the left wing side of center ice. Ilya Mikheyev now has the puck and lifts it down to the left wing corner. Bruin in. McAvoy got there first in front of Bertuzzi. Spins it behind the net to Aspiro, and he'll move it ahead down to the Hawk blue line. Pastrnak waves the puck into the near corner. Matt Grzelcyk there will poke it behind the net around and up the far side of the rink. Fraser Minton there for the Bruins. He turns the puck over to the Hawks' Nick Lardis, who scales it off the glass to center ice, and the Bruins will regroup.
So one thing about this Boston Bruins team, they're still pretty big. They've got big size on the back end and even up front, and they like getting pucks deep. They like getting on the defensemen, and so far they've had won the territorial war against the Blackhawks in this game.
Faceoff will come out to center ice on the offside on the Bruins at the Hawk blue line.
And that's something Jeff Blashill talked about this morning, especially through the neutral ice area. He said they like to muck things up. It'll be a mucky track out there tonight for the Blackhawks. A little tougher to use their speed through the neutral ice area. They just like to load up basically 4 guys right through the middle.
Bruins have won their last 5 in a row, shutting out 2 opponents in the process, outscoring the opposition 35-16. I think they're playing pretty well right now. Here's Morgan Geekie into the Hawk zone to the high slot. Fires one in on goal, and a chest save made by Soderblom. Loose puck around along the near boards. Oliver Moore goes rink wide with a pass. Lardis, right wing center ice, front of the benches. He'll pick it up and carry into the Bruin zone. Spins it down to the right wing corner to former Bruin, now current Blackhawk, Ryan Donato. He slips the puck behind the net around the left wing boards. Wyatt Kaiser there. Down to Lardis, back in the net, then to Donato. Put it back up the boards. Kaiser left point. Slips it to the right point to Levshunov. He'll spin it down behind the net. Oliver Moore put it back into the far corner. Now Donato took it away. Here's Donato, but on the right circle. He sent it off to Moore. He shoves the puck in front. This is over the stick of Landon Slager to the Hawks. And then Kaiser fires from the left point. This puck misses the whole net and rims around down into the Hawk zone. Levshunov shoves it over along the left wing boards to Wyatt Kaiser. Kaiser gains center ice. Sends a tumbling puck down the boards behind the Bruin net. And Zadorov hit in the far corner by the Hawks' Colton Dock, but swings the puck across the rink. Yoki Harju hit by Slaggert as he clears to center ice. Colton Dock took it back and then chops the puck into the Bruins zone to the far corner. Sean Corrali picks it up there. He scored a goal in the Winter Classic in 2018 at Notre Dame Stadium for the Bruins. Now the Hawks get the puck back at their line. Connor Murphy sends it ahead. This is through everybody and down. No icing will be called. Jonas Korpisalo out behind his net to play the puck. He was hustled there by Andre Burakovsky. Then Tanner Jeannot of the Bruins will pick up the puck and skate it through center. He's over the Hawk line with room down the left wing and fires, and a blocker save made by Soderblom. How did Jeannot get that wide open?
Well, you know what? It was a really good move. He pulled it off the boards deep in his own zone and literally off to the races. The high riser on Soderblom gets fought off with a blocker.
Now there's two Lindholms for the Boston Bruins here tonight. Hampus Lindholm and Elias Lindholm. And Elias Lindholm is on the ice right now. Meanwhile, back at center ice, Burakovsky plays the puck back to Louis Crevier, Hawk blue line. He'll spin it on the left wing side to Ryan Green. He deflects it in behind the Boston net. McAvoy clears it around, not out. Held in by the Hawks. Mikheyev through the high slot, tried to fire. And that shot is blocked by Lindholm. Lindholm's got the puck into the Hawk zone down the right wing side. He is pushed off the puck by Kaiser, who carries in behind the Hawk net, sends it around up the right wing side for Bertuzzi. He meets the other Lindholm. That's Hampus Lindholm, but Kaiser takes the puck out. Kaiser through center, hands it off to Bedard over the Bruin line on the left wing. Works it around to Murphy, right point. He spins it back down behind the net around to the near side, and Elias Lindholm will hand the puck off to Mason Lohrei. A Culver Academy product. He gains the Hawk zone in the right wing corner. He's hit but spins the puck behind the net, and now Kaiser's got it. Banks it up the right wing side. And Dickinson missing on a pass ahead for Tyler Bertuzzi at the Bruin blue line. This goes all the way down. Icing will be the call.
Well, Hampus Lindholm, his first game, he's been out the last 6 games. He was injured early in January 3rd to be exact, of this past month, and getting back into the lineup for the Boston Bruins. They've actually done really well without him. You mentioned, John, they've won their last 5 contests. They've won 7 of their last 8 games. And right now, everything's clicking for them. Goaltending's been fantastic. 5-on-5 play, really good. Mm-hmm. And the special teams, not bad.
Well, from the draw in the Hawk zone in the far circle, the puck now collected by Connor Murphy. Snaps the pass up the right wing. Mikheyev, Hawk blue line. Sent it over to the Bruin line. Jonathan Aspero finishes his check on Tyler Bertuzzi right at the Bruin blue line in front of the Bruins bench. Bertuzzi went down. He's back on his feet. He'll head to the Hawks bench. Meanwhile, Donato is off the Hawks bench. Slaps the puck to the near side of center ice. Middlestat sweeps it into the Hawk zone. Hawks get it back. Here's a pass from Murphy to Lardis at center ice, and he backhands it down to the left wing corner in the Boston zone. And again, McAvoy got hold of it. Shot it around, but Connor Murphy picks it off for the Hawks along the right wing boards. Works it in behind the net. Aspero there, a Montreal native, will drive it around the right wing side to center ice to Victor Arvidsson. Crisscrossing with Pavel Zacha in over the Hawk blue line to the left circle. Doubling back, Oliver Moore in position to whack that away with a poke check. Pavel Zacha along the left boards. Feeds it to Middlestat left circle. Now to Yoki Harju right point. Moving down, he'll drop it back to Arvidsson, top of the right wing circle. Put it down to the corner, Middlestat back to Arvidsson. Pounds one in on goal, and a nice save made with the glove by Arvid Soderblom. No score with 13:32 left in period number 1. Hawks and Bruins. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
Hey, hockey fans, it's Chris Chelios. What are you sipping tonight? El Bandito Yankee is a new ultra-premium tequila that is 100% pure and natural with no additives. just 100% blue agave. El Bandito Yankee Tequila is the most flavorful Blue Weber agave in the world. Now available at Binny's, Mariano's, Jewel, and Woodman's. Go to elbanditoyankee.com to learn more about what makes us so damn good.
Presented by Robinhood.
He crosses, spins, pulls up.
With Robinhood Prediction Markets, buy or sell your predictions all game long. No house odds, just you versus the market. Put your sports IQ to work. Trade every shot, block, steal, run, and moment that shifts the game. With Robinhood Prediction Markets, trade every play. Visit Robinhood.com/predict to start trading. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
Hey hockey fans, it's Troy Murray. If you're ready to upgrade your outdoor living space, look no further than TimberTech Decking and Railing, the #1 premium composite decking brand, tough enough to handle anything. It looks like real wood, but without the costly maintenance of a wood deck. It won't rot, warp, splinter, or peel, ever. And it's backed by industry-leading warranties so your deck will last year after year after year. Connect with a local contractor or order free samples at TimberTech.com to see the TimberTech difference for yourself. TimberTech, everything wood should be.
It's Tom Skilling. Back to Blackhawks hockey right here on WGN Radio. Here are the boys.
Hey, thanks, Tom. Jonathan Toews makes his long-awaited return to the United Center this Monday, January 19th, when the Winnipeg Jets are in town. The true cornerstone of the Blackhawks dynasty, Toews wore the C on his sweater for 15 straight seasons, leading the team to 3 Stanley Cups along the way. It's sure to be an emotional night, and limited tickets still remain that you can purchase today at Blackhawks.com/tickets.
Well, Captain Nick Foligno is going to step in at the dot, circle to the left of Soderblom, and try and win the first draw for the Hawks this game. He could not. Bruins are 5 for 5 now on draws. They control the puck. Morgan Geekie with it behind the net. He's a new father. He had a son. His wife had a son, Max, a few days ago. And they welcome him to the world. As the play ends up back at center ice, Hampus Lindholm flips the puck back into the Bruins zone to McAvoy near corner. Put it over to Lindholm. He was nearly knocked down to the ice by Foligno, but sends the puck up ice. McAvoy into the Hawk zone. Got it over, and a shot from Elias Lindholm from the left circle. Turned out of there with a nice pad save by Soderblom. Kaiser to the puck back of the Hawk net. Sends it around, but not out. Elias Lindholm, actually Hampus Lindholm. Put it down beside the net. Geekie fed it in front of the net. This flows through to the near corner, and now Nick Foligno's got it. He'll move it out to Colton Dockett, center ice. Sidesteps a hit at the Hawk blue line, but then lost the puck down into the Bruins zone. McAvoy's got it at the top of his crease.
Oh, Pavel Zacha had an excellent opportunity off of Charlie McAvoy's spinorama pass, a no-look spinorama pass. They ended up with a really good look off of the play.
Pasternak takes a pass from McAvoy into the Hawk zone, turning at the right wing half boards and sent it toward the net. That's turned out of there. Now Zadorov from the line fires a long wrist shot. That goes well wide. Murphy pokes a pass up the left wing for Burakovsky, who tried to angle the puck out of the zone. Instead, Yoki Harju took it away, shot it across the rink. Hawks can't clear their end. Here's a pass in front to Pasternak, and a shot and a glove save made by Arvid Soderblom. He's down on his belly, and he got the glove in front of that shot somehow and kept it under his left leg pad. I don't know how he made that save. Well, actually, it rolled onto him, but he was able to keep it out of there. Pasternak was wide open for that shot.
Yeah, the Boston Bruins right now dominating in this hockey game. That's the 6th shot on net, and Soderblom just a great second effort. Good thing that he's 6 feet, well, almost 6 feet 5 inches tall, listed at 6'4", but he extended that left pad, absolutely robbed Pasternak, one of the best wingers in the entire NHL, but it's the board battles right now that are biting the Blackhawks. They're not winning many board battles, and that's how Boston's ending up with some really good chances.
Here's Ilya Mikheyev out of the Hawk zone to center ice on the right wing. Fires the puck across the rink. Alex Vlasic drives it down the boards in behind the Boston net. Bertuzzi took it away from Zadorov back there. Bertuzzi kicks it free to the right wing corner, but Fraser Minton there for the Bruins. He'll pass up the left wing at center ice, and the puck is floated down into the Hawk zone by Alex Steeves, taken away by Vlasic. Ahead to Bertuzzi to Mikheyev into the Bruins zone. He'll fire from the left wing side. That's into the glove of Korpisalo, and he'll hold on in the Bruin crease.
That's the first shot on net by the Chicago Blackhawks, and it started with just a long pass, a 100-foot pass to Tyler Bertuzzi, who redirects it right onto the stick of Ilya Mikheyev. And the streak that Tyler Bertuzzi had going the last game, came to an end. It was a streak of consecutive goals, and make that goals in consecutive games. It ended against the Calgary Flames, where the Blackhawks only managed one. He has had 11 goals, though, since the start of December. Tyler Bertuzzi, one of the hotter Blackhawk shooters in the last couple of months.
Well, the draw now circle to the right of Joonas Korpisalo, who's 4-4-3 against the Hawks in his career. Mark Kaslick will take the draw against Ryan Green of the Hawks, and again, the Bruins get control. McAvoy skates the puck out to center ice and shot it ahead of the Hawk line to Sean Corrali, who reaches around Wyatt Kaiser to move the puck down to the left wing corner in the Hawk end. Kaslick kicks it ahead to Corrali in the left circle. He fires, turned out of there by Soderblom. Right now, Soderblom is keeping the Hawks in this game.
Yeah, it certainly is. And again, a board battle won by the Boston Bruins. This fourth line of the Boston Bruins, big guys. Janot, Corrali, Kaslick, all well over 6'2" and 215 pounds.
Burakovsky into the Bruins zone left point, tried to spin a puck across the rink. Jonathan Aspero intercepts, got the puck over to Charlie McAvoy. He'll clear it off the right wing boards and down behind the Hawk net. Mark Kaslick, the son of Ed Kaslick. I know you played against him, Steve.
Played with him in Hartford.
Yeah. Well, they move the puck out to the left point, and Lindholm fires from there. That's turned out of there. Janot got it back along the right boards to Lindholm, high slot, long shot from there, goes wide of the net off the dasher. Lindholm got it back to Lorre right point. He tried to deke Burakovsky away and get some room for himself. He ends up losing the puck over the blue line to center ice. And Hampus Lindholm is there to backhand it off the far glass into the Hawk zone. Lefshunov sends it around up the left wing side to Kaiser. He floats the puck through the air into the Boston end. Mason Lorre back to get it in front of the Hawk, Nick Lardis. Sends it up the right wing. Victor Arvidsson, center ice. Tried to go rink wide with a pass picked off by Moore. Head to Donato into the Bruins zone down the slot, and he was checked from behind. Looked like his stick was wrapped from behind. He lost possession of the puck. Then it's turned over inside the Bruins zone. Donato has to clear the zone before he can make any kind of a play. He decides to just head to the bench. What a chance that could have been.
Yeah, unfortunately, maybe didn't have the stride on the defense of the Boston Bruin player coming back. And as you mentioned, the Boston Bruin player looked like he might have interfered with Donato just a little bit and didn't get the shot off that he wanted. Of course, Ryan Donato would love nothing more than to score against a team he grew up watching, a team that he played for. And he actually had two Boston Bruins basically on each hip pocket, and it was really tough for him to get any kind of a shot off.
Foligno will face off, circle to the right of Korpisalo. Foligno and Zacha. Hawks get control off the draw. Louis Crevier along the left wing boards. He had a goal against Boston up in Boston earlier in the season. Spins the puck behind the Bruin net, and now Middlestad will carry out up the left wing to center ice in front of the benches. And with the slow one to the left wing corner Hawk zone. Colton Dock back to grab it there, and he'll skate it to center. Dock firing it down the left wing boards in behind the Bruin net. Korpisalo out to play it to the far corner to Zadorov. Then up the left wing to Husnudinov. Then a rink-wide pass to Yoki Harju. And from center ice, he drives it down the right boards into the Hawk zone. Alex Vlasic, who also played his college hockey at Boston University, will skate it to center ice. Clears it off the right wing boards and in behind the Bruin net. Korpisalo guides it into the near corner where Doc runs Yoki Harju off the puck. Dickinson's got it left point. Down to Doc along the left wing boards. He'll swing the puck behind the Bruin net around to the right wing side, and Levshunov fires it in front. This is off the skate of Mikheyev and wide. Pasternak wings one across the rink. Zadorov is able to poke it to center ice. Fraser Minton there for Boston will lift the puck to the inboards Hawk end. Artem Levshunov back to get it over to Wyatt Kaiser. Passing up the left wing at center ice. Bertuzzi there. The Dickinson Bruin line. Steps across to the left point. Fires it down the boards to the corner. Aspero gave the puck over to McAvoy. He'll clear to center ice. Good play there by Wyatt Kaiser to glove the puck over his head and drop it to his stick, kind of an awkward fashion, then send the puck down into the Boston zone. McAvoy drives it around the glass to center ice. Murphy with a pass to Bertuzzi, then ahead to Bedard just over the Bruin blue line, but he's tied up by Jonathan Aspero, and the puck cleared down into the Hawk end. Murphy takes a hit from Geekie, drives the puck behind the net up the right wing side. Burakovsky gains the Bruins blue line on the right wing. Floats the puck down behind the net. Lorre plays it to the near side. Grzelcyk grabs the puck and fires from the left wing half boards through the crease and wide. Now Green deflects the puck around. Grzelcyk along the left wing boards again. Will chop it in behind the Boston net. Hampus Lindholm there Sends it off the far side boards and down, but this is going to slide right in on top of Soderblom, who's out of the Hawk net to play it, so no icing call.
Again, really impressed with Boston and their board battle mentality. And then right now, they're very passive in the neutral ice area, but along the boards, tenacious.
Here's Bedard gaining the Bruins zone and firing from the right circle. That goes wide off a deflection. At the Hawk blue line, Archim Leschanov there. Passes over the center ice circle. Sean Corrali of the Bruins misplays the puck into the Hawk zone, but Wyatt Kaiser's got it and carries to center ice and over the Bruin blue line. Dumps it lazily to the right wing corner, but Yoki Haru, Bruin defenseman, there to get it. Passing up the right side, Lohrei makes a lead pass for Jeannot at center ice, and the puck's batted off his stick, and back into the Boston zone it goes. The Bruins get it back. Lohrei between the circles. To Zacha, Bruin blue line, back to Lohrei, to Casey Middlestad into the Hawk zone. He's given a bump by fellow Minnesotan Wyatt Kaiser, and the Hawks come out of their end. Leschanov passing to Oliver Moore. Racing into the Bruins zone, he'll dump it down to the inboards and try and go get the puck. Beaten to it, however, by Yoki Haru. To Middlestad along the left wing boards. Sent it across to Yoki Haru along the right side boards. He's hit by Donato as he clears the center ice. But then Moore works his way back into the Boston zone on the left wing side. And spins the puck down behind the net into the far corner. Casey Middlestad there. Ex of the Buffalo Sabres. He chips it behind the net. Moore took it away. Knocked down with a cross check from Yoki Haru. Got back to his feet. Feeds it up the slot. Bertuzzi's got the puck in the left circle now. Oh, Bertuzzi hit along the near boards by Zadorov, and that was a dangerous hit. Bertuzzi's head went into the glass. Zadorov, a big man, hitting Bertuzzi somewhat from behind. Zadorov is going to go, and the Hawks are going to go to the power play when we return. 5:49 left in the first. Hawks and Bruins, no score. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
Hey, it's Frank Nazar. Puck drops here, WGN Radio, home of the Chicago Blackhawks.
Your heart. You'd never think to purposely stop it from pumping. I'm Tara. And when my team at Northwestern Medicine discovered a deadly malformation in my brain, my cardiologist and neurosurgeon said the only way to treat it was by stopping my heart. And that's exactly what they did. 12 times.
Anchored by Northwestern Memorial Hospital, nationally ranked for neurology and neurosurgery by U.S. News and World Report, Tara's unique condition required a unique team. Collaborating like never before, her team temporarily stopped Tara's blood flow, allowing the catheter to more easily travel through her veins to reach and obliterate the brain malformation.
Stopping my heart saved my life. You don't hear that every day.
Because what makes us better makes you better. Northwestern Medicine. Learn more at nm.org/better.
Right now, hockey fans across the city are struggling to fill the fridge. That's why the Salvation Army is here to assist those in need all season long. Our friends at the Salvation Army are seeing unprecedented demand in their communities. The communities they've served for decades, with more people walking through the doors in search of emergency support. Your support this year is more important than ever. Go to the John Williams Kettle at WGNradio.com. Let's help make a difference today.
Jiffy Lube's quick, quality 15-minute oil change service means your car will be ready before you know it. You'll find yourself saying, already ready? With Jiffy Lube, you'll be in and out in a jiffy.
Hey, Blackhawk fans, bring in the new year by repping the Hawks anytime, anywhere. Our Centennial Chapter collections include everything from authentic jerseys and fresh hats to must-have hoodies and tees for every fan. Make sure to check out cbhshop.com, your one-stop shop for all official Chicago Blackhawks gear.
Well, this is the Citgo Power Play. Score savings on every fill-up with Club Citgo. Download the app now to start saving. Face-off circle to Korpisalo's left in the Boston zone. Hawks get possession. Levchinov sends it over left point for Burakovsky. Works it down to the left wing corner. Bertuzzi's got the puck now behind the Boston net. Put it around to Bedard along the right board. Sweeps a pass out to the line. Right point, Levchinov. Down to Bedard, right corner. Sends a tumbling puck across the rink. Along the left wing boards, Burakovsky took it. Shot the puck behind the Boston net. Picked up by Hampus Lindholm. Ahead to Mark Kastelik at center ice, and he'll clear the puck down.
That was really good anticipation from Hampus Lindholm. He saw that pass rim around the boards. He realized he could get there first. Intercepted it, and a nice pass up to Costello.
And now Bedard dumps the puck off the right side boards down into the Bruins zone. It's played out of the left wing corner. Korpisalo didn't know what to do with the puck. He ends up giving it to Charlie McAvoy behind the Boston net, and he'll drive it around the left wing boards and down.
Yeah, it worked out, but it probably wasn't a set play. And McAvoy actually looked back at Korpisalo. Maybe a little bit of miscommunication there between the defenseman and goalie.
Bedard breaks through center ice to the Bruin blue line to the right wing. Slings it down the boards behind the net, then got it back in the right wing corner. Put it to the line, Levshunov to Burakovsky, left circle. Now to Bedard in the slot. To Levshunov, wide open right circle. Back to Bedard, a toe drag and a shot, and a blocker save made by Korpisalo. Burakovsky with the puck along the left side boards. Top of the left circle now. He'll fire. Deflects off the right corner boards. Bedard got to it there. Put it behind the net, Bertuzzi, bottom of the left wing circle. He shot it in front. This deflects through to the right wing corner. Bedard's got it with 28 on the power play. To Levshunov, high slot. Put it top of the right circle, Connor Bedard. Here's Bedard holding the puck. Put it down, bottom of the circle. Ryan Green sent it in front for Bertuzzi. His stick was lifted off the ice by Yoki Haru. Then a pass from Burakovsky over to Bedard, right circle. Sends a tumbling shot over the net. Burakovsky grabs it in the left wing corner. 5 seconds on the power play. Burakovsky to the left wing boards now with 2. Burakovsky sent it in front. There's Ryan Green. A shot, he scores! It's not a power play goal. It's even strength, but it's going to count, and it puts the Hawks up 1-0. Ryan Green fires it right under the blocker of Korpisalo. 1-0 Hawks.
And with that goal, it's time to break up the Bandito. Celebrate every goal this season with El Bandito, Yankee Tequila, and yeah, from the slot, it's Ryan Green who gets that sweet feed. And he's been snake bit lately. His last goal was an empty netter in Nashville. He'd gone, I think it was 18 or 19 games where he didn't have a goal. But that pass from Burakovsky right onto the tape, he locks, he loads, and he beats Korpisalo just to the blocker's side. Huge first goal for the Blackhawks, and they lead at 1-0.
Green from Burakovsky at 16:14 of period number 1. Hawks with the 1-0 lead. In behind the Boston net, Jonathan Aspero chased off the puck for a moment by Dickinson. Moves it up the right wing side to Pasternak, into Morgan Geekie at center ice. He sent a rolling puck into the Hawks zone along the near boards. Alex Vlasic took it there, and then Geekie took it away, and then he lost it down to the corner to Dickinson. He'll spin the puck behind the net over to Louis Crevier, who launches a pass up the right wing side. Looked like Mikheyev tagged it as it went by and ends up down behind the Bruin net. Swagert racing in to try and get it. Pokes the puck into the far corner. Charlie McAvoy goes down under a check. Hawks hold the zone. Murphy from the high slot. Long wrist shot hits the inboards and bounces out. And McAvoy, trying to play that puck with his skate, almost kicked it back into his own net. But it was gloved out of the air by Korpisalo. 3 minutes left in period number 1. It's the Hawks 1 and the Bruins no score. This is Blackhawks Hockey on 720 WGN.
Tired of losing power when it storms? Call Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric today for a free estimate on a whole home standby generator. Never be without power again. Fully installed systems starting at just $99 a month. How about your sump pump, your fridge, or your freezer, your garage doors, your heating and cooling? You can stay comfortable and safe in your home all year long. Four Seasons is the largest and most award-winning Generac dealer in Illinois and Northwest Indiana.
For all the right reasons, call 866-4 Seasons.
Hey, Chicago Blackhawks fans! I know you'd do anything for a win on game day and an ice-cold Bud Light. Because whether you're tailgating in the parking lot or parked on the couch, sitting on your lucky stool at the bar, or standing in the fan section all game long, a win isn't a win without the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light. And there's nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy.
Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
The Mid-America Carpenters Regional Council represents 52,000 hardworking professional men and women across Illinois, Missouri, Kansas, and eastern Iowa who earn the construction industry's best wages and benefits. Their professionally trained and highly skilled members are the elite workforces behind the industrial, commercial, and residential projects you see in your state every day. They build lifelong careers that offer life-changing opportunities. Build your future now. Learn more today at carpentersunion.org. That's carpentersunion.org.
Hey, it's Jeremy Roenick. It's hockey time again. Let's get back to the action. Here's the boys.
We'll kick off next weekend with more Friday night hockey presented by Modelo. On Friday, January 23rd, the Blackhawks take on the Tampa Bay Lightning. in a must-see matchup. The first 2,000 fans in attendance will receive an exclusive Modelo Blackhawks hat. Make sure to secure your spot and see the black alternate jersey in action. Tickets are available at blackhawks.com/tickets.
Bruins get control off the draw on their end of the rink. Yoki Harju from behind his net. Shot it around at the right wing. Arvidsson at center ice. Deflects it to the Hawk blue line. Hawks get it back. Murphy hands it off to Oliver Moore into the Bruins zone on the left wing side. He worked the puck down to the corner. Yoki Harju there will spin it back in behind up the left wing side to Zadorov. Over to Yoki Harju between the circles to Casey Middlestat through center. In over the Hawk line to the right circle. He had his stick lifted off the puck there by Grzelcyk. Pavel Zacha in to get it. To Zadorov left point. Long shot from there. Looked like it was blocked at the defense. And then Lardis turns along the right boards with the puck and clears to center ice. Bruins get it back in front of the benches. Here's Middlestat crossing the Hawk blue line. To Arvidsson right point. Shot it across the rink. Sean Corelli had collided with the Hawks, landed slaggered and went down. else he'd have been wide open for that pass. So now Ryan Donato gaining center ice on the left wing. Fired it off the right corner boards out to Nick Foligno. Turns and fires from the right circle, and a 6 save made by Korpisalo, his old teammate in Columbus. Foligno wrestles the puck free to the right point. Kaiser closing into the slot. Fires. He scores! Wyatt Kaiser, a career-high number 5, gives the Hawks a 2-0 lead. And Kaiser takes over the goal-scoring lead among Hawk defensemen. A no-doubter there. 2-0 Hawks.
Another strong shift from the fourth line. They get pucks deep. They get them back. And earlier, Nick Foligno with a great move off the boards, corralling a puck, and then eventually he ends up putting it back to the point to Wyatt Kaiser. And, boy, this kid has a shot. He picks his spot, hits it perfectly, beats Korpisalo, and a fourth-line goal coming from the back end. Wyatt Kaiser, again, beats Korpisalo cleanly on the blocker side, and with that goal, it's time to break out the Bandito. Celebrate every goal this season with El Bandito Yankee Tequila.
So Kaiser's 5th, assisted by Nick Foligno, and we'll pick up the other assist when it's available. The goal at 18:14 of period number 1, so going the right way for the Hawks so far. Along the far boards, Burakovsky, he's hit by Kaslik as he delivers the puck across the rink. Connor Bedard jostled off the puck by McAvoy at the Bruins blue line, and then the Bruins enter the Hawk zone. Offside is called. That fourth line for the Bruins now on there. Tanner Jeannot, Mark Kaslik, and Sean Corelli. Between them, they've got about 320 hits.
Well, there's probably about 650 pounds, too, between the three of them. And
yeah.
You saw Charlie McAvoy there, who's no small boy. He just gave the extra little hit to Connor Bedard as he crossed center ice with the puck. So you expect that when you play the Bruins. They're going to finish their checks. They're going to make your life miserable. But the Blackhawks, the last 2 goals have gotten the fans into it, and they've gotten themselves energized.
Kaspero dumping the puck down into the Hawk zone. From behind the net, Kaiser spins it around at the right wing. Burakovsky, rink-wide pass now. Here's Bedard, crossing the Bruin line, left point. Works it down the boards to Green along the left wing boards. Sent it back into the deep slot, intended for either Bedard or Kaiser. They were equidistant to the puck. It deflects into the Hawk zone anyway. Kaiser back to get it. Passes up the left wing. Ryan Green, center ice. He'll backhand it down in behind the Boston net. Aspero there to get it. Will wind the puck around up the right wing side to McAvoy. He pulls out the 9-iron, lifts it through the air down into the Hawk zone. But Louis Crevier was back to keep it away from the Bruins' Morgan Geekie. And then they battle for the puck in the far corner. Geekie came out with it. Put it across to the right point to Yoki Harju. He tees it up and fires, and a glove save is made by Arvid Soderblom. And at the whistle, looked like Geekie put a cross-check into the side of big Louis Crevier, trying to get him to go. The linesmen are there on the scene. It's time now for the Four Seasons Face-Off, your trusted local experts for heating, air conditioning, plumbing, electric, and generators. And Steve, the Hawks haven't done too well at the dot so far here tonight, winning only 2 of 13. This would be a big face-off win here.
Yeah, it would. And thank God for Arvid Soderblom, because he's come into this hockey game, relatively cold. He's only played twice in the last 3 weeks. Both wins, we should point out. But, boy, he was good early in this hockey game when the Blackhawks were on their heels. I know he stoned David Pasternak right on the doorstep. Rob Morgan Geekie also. And so far, 8 saves on 8 shots.
Dickinson wins this faceoff. Vlasic picks up the puck, skates out, hands it ahead to McCann. He's over the Bruin line, right point, turns and flips it to the right wing corner. Vlasic to McCabe in the right circle. Had it batted off his stick, but Crevier captures at the Bruin blue line, tried to slot the puck in deep. Instead, it's cleared by Yoki Haru down to the Hawk blue line. Tyler Bertuzzi, who played a while for the Bruins a few seasons back, swings the puck just across the Bruin blue line. Yudorov clears to the Hawk line. The Hawks get it back again as Bertuzzi knocked down over the center ice circle, but moves the puck free. Here's Vlasic into the Bruin zone. Right point. Swings it across to the left wing boards to Crevier, who tried to get away a shot before the horn. Could not. The puck deflects up into the netting anyway, and the horn sounds. And the Hawks are going to take a 2-0 lead into the dressing rooms after 20 minutes. They've been outshot by the Bruins 8-6. But I think it's safe to say they weren't outworked by the Boston Bruins in this period.
Well, at times they were, and I'll tell you what, I'll give the Blackhawks this. Their power play got them in this game. And we talked to them earlier before the game started. The power play's got to get going. It scored a I guess it wasn't technically a power play goal. It came to the end of the power play. And we should point out that number one unit stayed out the full 2 minutes, so they were out there the whole time. But they got the team going. The fourth line comes out with a good forecheck. Wyatt Kaiser with the goal, and they're up by 2.
Well, Steve and Charlie, we are going to welcome into the booth. It's our honor to welcome into the booth one of the esteemed Blackhawk alumni. He was a member of the 2010 Stanley Cup championship team of the Chicago Blackhawks. He's currently scouting for the Chicago Blackhawks out in Western Canada. He knows that area pretty well. Former Red Deer Rebel, welcome back to the booth, Colin Fraser.
Red Deer Rebel. Wouldn't be a broadcast with me and you, John, without mentioning the Red Deer Rebels.
I had to do that.
I have to.
Is Brent still coaching there?
Brent is still owner, governor, not coaching.
He's not coaching? Okay.
GM.
Hey, listen, what's it like when you get back with all the guys? Is it just like it was just like yesterday that you won a cup here with the Blackhawks and the friendship that kind of gets rekindled?
Yeah, we talk about it. And my crew being the 2010 crew, like Brower, Versteeg, Seabrook, and Seabrook lives in Calgary. Brower lives in Calgary. I live in Red Deer, which is like an hour and a half away. And we actually don't see each other that often, considering how close we are. And then we come here and it's like, nothing changed. We're all just older and grayer and fatter and all the good things. But it's like we never left, never missed a beat. All our wives are here and our children are here. And it's been a pretty wild 3 days. Lots of fun.
We know that you guys are enjoying this, but are the wives enjoying this as well?
I think they're having a ton of fun. I mean, so. They're hurting the kids a little bit more than us because we're too busy hanging out. But yesterday, me, Andrew Ladd, and Brent Seabrook. It was Andrew Ladd's son Lachlan's birthday, and we're going to one of the things downtown for a birthday party. And there's the 3 dads. The moms stayed back and hung out. We gave them a breather, and there's 12 kids, and we're like herding cats around the city. Rewind to when we played here, and we were like, whatever. We're this team now, right? Like we were young and. Going out after games, whatever, all the things, having fun. And we had no kids. None of us were married. None of us had children. And life coming full circle. And I think our kids think, the Bedards and the Moores and the Lardises are cooler than their own dads are. So I had a good laugh today anyway.
You're getting some street cred right now.
No. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to walk in. Charlie, if you want to jump in here with a question, please feel free.
We just talked a little bit. You guys steal the thunder. Go ahead.
Wow.
Well, what I wanted to ask was, you won a cup here. You won a cup with the LA Kings. Not many guys can do that, win a cup with 2 separate franchises. How was that different? What was the difference in the experience?
Good question. So I consider myself very, very lucky. There's guys that play, 20 years that don't win a cup, and I was, timing, right spot at the right time, and I'll make the joke that I rode a lot of coattails along the way. I was lucky to play with great players. 2010, it's like that, you grow up your whole life as a child, as a young boy, playing street hockey or whatever, and just the feeling of, like, the first time, I guess, of winning it. It's extra special. Especially in a city like Chicago and the Madhouse and all the things. It's just surreal. With LA, it was a little different experience for me because in 2010 with Chicago, I was a 4th-line guy in the lineup. I didn't play all the time, so I didn't play every game. But in LA in 2012, I was able to be a bigger part of it, and I played every single game right to the end. And so that, to me, that one's extra special to me, selfishly, just because I felt like I contributed more or was more a part of the lineup. But nothing takes away that first time of all the things, man, all of it. I mean, we saw the parade when there's 4, 5, 6 million, whatever it was. It was a little bit wild. It was, and it was cool and reminiscent about the old times here.
I saw you taking a video.
Yeah, what a nerd. Hey, my daughter, she was right on me right away. You're such a nerd, Dad.
I mean, when you're a player, you're not really able to kind of soak in the anthem because you're kind of locked in. Was that cool just to kind of be able to look around and just do it as a fan, quote unquote?
Yeah, super cool. So I'm standing next to Shawzy, and I didn't even play with Andrew Shaw, but like me and him kind of are on the same wavelength. And I always tell him, like this whole weekend, I'm like, man, I feel like we played together. We didn't even play together, but like we're the same kind of guy. I feel like we played together.
Oh yeah.
And so I'm looking over and I'm like, would it be weird if I took a picture right now? And then he pulls his phone out and starts saying, I'm like, screw it, I'm taking mine out. So my daughter's quick to point out that you're such a nerd, Dad, for taking videos, but it's special. It's like you don't know what to expect, and then when you come out there and everyone was in their seats, like it's almost like everyone's like waiting for it to happen. You know, it's not like people were filtering in here to see what happens. The whole building was full, and I don't know, man. You take things for granted when you're a younger guy, and now that I'm old and gray, I appreciate it a little bit more, and it was a cool moment. It was fun.
Colin, you mentioned the parade, and I have indelible memories from that parade, the 2010 parade. I think all of us do, anybody that was there. But I wanted to ask you about your day with the Cup, because I know that involved your family, your dad, John, your mom, and the rest of your family. Describe that if you can.
Yeah, so Surrey, I grew up in Surrey, BC, so I took the Cup back to Surrey. We did I got all my buddies together, my childhood buddies, and we did a street hockey game. So we had the Cup on the table on the side of the street, and we were playing for the Stanley Cup and full-on street hockey game, grown adults playing street hockey. And then I did a restaurant. We rented out the lounge part of this restaurant. I had all my family and friends, cousins, aunts, uncles, everybody, and we had a good time. And so people ask what's the most fun or coolest part about winning the Stanley Cup, and it even happened this weekend. But it's the moments you can share with all those people that helped you along the way, and how excited they get because you were able to do this. So whether that's in my case, I have 3 kids or my wife, but it's your extended family. It's my brother, it's my sister, it's my parents.
Sure.
And then it's your aunts and uncles. And so when you have this big party, this big shindig, and the Stanley Cup's there, it really is a huge deal. And you don't realize how big of a deal, and you were able to share this and create this for all these other people. And it's happening this weekend. We had the kids on the ice after pregame skate. The kids were in their locker room, and they met Bedard and all the things. And they get because we won the Stanley Cup, they get a benefit from all these wonderful things that we've done for the whole weekend.
What a career you've had, Colin. I mean, not only as a hockey player and a member of the Blackhawks organization that people will never forget, but now you're also working with the organization as a scout. You've helped me out a number of times on the broadcast, and man, I wish you another 50 years of good health and great fun working with the team.
Until they get rid of me, I'll keep coming back. You guys will be sick of me. So
and more rings for you as a member of the scouting department. How about that?
Hey, we're on the path. We're on the way. I love it. Thank
Charlie,
you, guys.
your lips
Appreciate
to God's ear. Colin Fraser, our guest here at the intermission. We're going to take a break, Carl, and Charlie's going to be back with a full intermission report. We could talk to Colin for 3 hours if we had the time, but we got to take care of some business. The Blackhawks lead the Boston Bruins 2-0. We're in the first intermission here on the night that the Blackhawks are honoring all of their great alumni who were Cup winners, and we'll be back with Charlie in the intermission right after these messages. This is Blackhawks Hockey on 720 WGN.
WGN Chicago is your radio home for the Hawks, the Cats, March Madness, and the Indy 500. On air and on smart devices worldwide.
Here's a club you'll want to get into, Club Citgo. It's the super easy app that opens the door to great fuel savings and more. Sign up and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up, plus everyday savings that really add up. You can also enter our sweepstakes with multiple winners and giveaways, like free gas for a year. And Club Citgo makes paying easy with a convenient mobile pay feature. So welcome to the club where all the action is. Download Club Citgo today. Savings good up to 30 gallons, only at participating locations. Data rates may apply.
When you're betting and find yourself constantly thinking about gambling and you're losing more money than you have, are you really winning? If you're spending too much time with the slots or you can't stop betting on sports and you find yourself feeling overwhelmed, maybe lying, and probably losing more money than you can afford to lose, you're not alone and you can get help. It's available 24/7 and it's confidential. When your betting has gotten out of hand, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.areyoureallywinning.com. Sponsored by the Illinois Department of Human Services.
After the end of a good fight, you deserve an ice-cold reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. You've earned this rich golden lager with a crisp, refreshing taste. Because you know, the bigger the fight, the better the reward. You put in the hours, the energy, the tough labor. You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
There are plenty of reasons to watch what you eat. This is John Williams, and honestly, I'm not looking to lose weight, although that's a great goal too. I just want convenient, affordable, delicious food that manages my sodium and doesn't require a lot of prep. I dine alone sometimes, and Seattle Sutton is my companion. They've updated their website, so now I pick the menus I want. You can too. For lunch, how does broccoli cheddar soup sound? Chicken and dumplings? A garden tamale bowl? For dinner, raspberry salmon salad or sweet and sour chicken. Pick it up or have it delivered. It's no prep, prepared, fresh, healthy, yummy food, priced affordably and easy to click online. With meals starting at just under $8 a day, dinners cost $8 to just $17. Call 1-800-442-3438. 1-800-442-3438. It's okay to shop when you're hungry at SeattleSutton.com. That's what I'm clicking on because the food is good and it's good for me. 1-800-442-3438 or click on SeattleSutton.com.
The professionals at Plumbers 911 Chicago are ready to answer your call. They'll get your plumbing job done right the first time. Their phones are open 24/7. 1-833-PLUM-911.
Time for a break. It's intermission time.
That's a wrap. That's a wrap.
Here's Charlie Remiliotis with your intermission update.
20 minutes is in the books here at the United Center, and the Blackhawks are up 2-0 on the Boston Bruins. How about that? Time now to check out the odds according to Circa Sports Illinois. The Blackhawks were the slight underdog to score the first goal of this game at -106. Boston was -114, and it was the Blackhawks scoring first in this one. Circa Sports Illinois, every time the Blackhawks win this season, someone will win a 2-night stay at Circa Resort and Casino, and another 100 people will get a $100 credit on the Circa app. See the Blackhawks contest page for details. We're going to take a quick break, and then we'll break down this first period next. You're listening to Blackhawks Hockey on 720 WGN.
It's Chris Cuomo from News Nation. The Blackhawks play here on WGN Radio.
Hey, it's Jeremy Roenick here. Let's be honest, not every beer fits every moment, but Yuengling, they've got options. You want bold and rich, classic and smooth, light and crisp? They've got a beer for everyone's taste. Traditional lager, light lager, flight, black and tan, each one brewed with real quality and nearly 200 years of family tradition. So whether it's post-game, pre-game, or no game at all, there's a Yuengling for every taste. Yuengling, legends stand the test of time.
DG Yuengling and Son, Pottsville, PA.
Hockey fans, I'm Frank Cerrone, President and CEO of Pan American Bank and Trust. If you're a business owner in the Chicagoland area, you already know average doesn't cut it. You need a bank partner who moves fast, understands your needs, and delivers the capital and ideas to power your next big play. That's exactly what we do. We're Chicago's premier bank for ambitious entrepreneurs. Don't just bank, partner with Pan American Bank. Let's build something great together. Pan American Bank, Chicago's bank for ambitious entrepreneurs.
Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
When injuries slow you down, you need a team that knows how to get you back in the game. At Illinois Bone and Joint Institute, their highly trained professionals work together to deliver empathetic, timely, and efficient patient care so you can move better, live better. And if an injury happens after hours, they've got you covered with IBJI Ortho Access beyond their regular clinic hours. Illinois Bone and Joint Institute. Learn more at IBJI.com. That's IBJI.com.
For the lowest gas prices in Chicagoland, visit WGNradio.com/gas prices. Sponsored by your local Chevy dealers at ChevyDriveChicago.com.
Back here at the United Center, the Original 6 matchup between the Blackhawks and Bruins, and it's Chicago leading Boston 2-0 through one period of play. Weird first period because the Boston Bruins registered the first 8 shots on goal of this game. Arvid Soderblom came up really big. His best save was on David Pastrnak. I have no idea how he was able to get his left pad on it and able to kind of anchor his left skate into the post to make sure that the puck didn't cross the goal line. And then the Hawks end up scoring the first and second goals of the period by Ryan Green and Wyatt Kaiser. And it was Chicago that ended up registering the next 6 shots on goal. So Boston had the first 8 shots on goal, the Blackhawks with the next 6, 2 of them finding the back of the net for the Blackhawks, Ryan Green and Wyatt Kaiser. So, but a lot has to be said about Arvid Soderblom. This is his first start in a couple weeks because he went through the illness as well, the stomach bug that was ripping through the Blackhawks locker room that took him out for a couple games. And so good to see him back in the lineup. He has won his last 2 starts, so he is picking up where he left off. But I thought he was really good in that first period, and it should be noted how important he was to get the Blackhawks to an opportunity to end up scoring the next two goals of the game. 2-0. Blackhawks are leading the Boston Bruins. We got second period action coming up next. You're listening to Blackhawks Hockey on 720 WGN.
With America's best lineup of hybrids from Hyundai, you get the best of both worlds, like the reliable and efficient Tucson Hybrid, backed by America's best warranty. The Hyundai Tucson Hybrid. It's the best of both worlds.
Right now, for a limited time, lease the Hyundai Tucson for $249 a month or get 0.99% APR on the Tucson or Tucson Hybrid. Offers end February 2nd. Call 224-661-0068 for details.
Marquette Bank has been helping small business owners for 80 years. 80 years is a long time. When you bank with Marquette Bank, you have a partner for your business. Whether you need a small business loan, help with cash management, or help with your personal banking, Marquette Bank is here to support your business. When you bank with Marquette Bank, good things happen for you and your neighborhood. Marquette Bank. Love where you bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 462926.
Chicago hockey fans love a good power play. And when it comes to selling your house, you want a team you can trust.
That's why Jeff Buys Your House is your winning play. No repairs, no commissions, and you pick the closing date.
That's like skating on a clean sheet of ice, fast and smooth.
We're a local, veteran-owned company that's been helping Chicagoland homeowners since 2007.
Make the smart move and go for the win. Visit JeffBuysYourHouse.com for your no-obligation offer today.
For more than 90 years, the International Union of Operating Engineers Local 150 has worked hard to provide a better life and safer workplaces for the men and women who work in the construction industry across the Midwest. Our 23,000 members operate heavy construction equipment, and Local 150 takes pride in providing world-class skill training to support a professional construction workforce. Learn more about how to join Local 150 at local150.org. And never forget, united we stand, divided we fall.
For breaking legal news on the hottest issues, tune into Legal Face-Off on WGNradio.com, hosted by Rich Lenkoff and Tina Martini, and brought to you by McCorkle Litigation Services.
Up next, the second period. Here's Charlie Rebelliotis with your recap.
Back here at the United Center, the Hawks and Bruins are on the ice for the start of the second period. Boston recorded the first 8 shots on goal of this hockey game, but it was the Blackhawks that scored first in the scoreboard thanks to Ryan Green.
5 seconds on the power play. Burakovsky to the left wing boards now with 2. Burakovsky sent it in front. There's Ryan Green. A shot. He scores! It's not a power play goal. It's even strength, but it's going to count, and it puts the Hawks up 1-0. Ryan Green fires it right under the blocker of Corpusano. 1-0 Hawks.
That is the first non-empty net goal by Ryan Green since November 30th. Boy, that had to feel good. He has been snake-bitten lately. What's on Deck is sponsored by TimberTech Decking and Railing, #1 in premium decking. Order free samples at timbertech.com. We go back over to John and Steve for the second.
I appreciate it, Charlie. Here we go with the opening face-off for period number 2. Ryan Green facing off with Pavel Zacha. And this one goes the Hawks' way as Green wins this one decidedly. Back into the Hawks' zone, Levshunov. to Green, Hawk blue line. Passing it ahead at center ice for Burakovsky into the Bruins zone along the right side boards. But Zadorov reaching in, pulls the puck free. Then Zadorov pressured by both Bedard and Burakovsky. Zadorov waves it behind the Bruin net over to Yoki Haru. Head to Zaka over the Hawk blue line to Arvidsson into the high slot. Tracking back was Green in the back-checking mode. And he lifts Arvidsson's stick off the puck and sent it ahead for Bedard. He was checked at the Boston blue line as he redirects the puck down into the Bruin end.
Yeah, something I've noticed. Every chance the Boston Bruins get to finish their checks on Connor Bedard, they're finishing them. They're taking them out of the play.
Here's Dickinson taking a pass over the Bruin line, down the right wing. Down to the corner, then back of the net. He runs into Aspero back there, but retains the puck. Around he goes to the left wing boards. Put it behind the net. Mikheyev tried to put the puck through the legs of Zadorov and could not, but Dickinson recovers the puck in the left wing corner and sent it behind the net, intended for Bertuzzi, but he was checked off the puck by Aspero, and the Bruins come out of their end. Murat Husnudinov into the Hawk zone to the top of the right circle. Tried to fire one in on goal. This deflects instead to Louis Crevier. And from the right wing boards, he lifts the puck down to the Bruin blue line where Bertuzzi catches the puck on his stick, but he was already inside the Boston end. Offside is called.
And tonight's coaches' challenges are sponsored by Northwestern Medicine with 8 specialties ranked among the top 10 in the nation by U.S. News and World Report. The teams at Northwestern Medicine offer second opinions for the toughest conditions.
It's going to bring the face-off back in the Hawk zone in the circle to Soderblom's right. It's time for the Four Seasons face-off again. Your trusted local experts for heating, air conditioning, plumbing, electric, and generators. And again, it's going to be Ryan Green, this time against Elias Lindholm. Lindholm came over to the Bruins in a trade, actually, after being traded from the Calgary Flames to the Vancouver Canucks, and then ends up with the Bruins. He's been very good first-line center. We get a whistle on an icing call here against the Hawks. This is going to bring the draw back into the Hawk zone.
Well, the Blackhawks, you had kind of mentioned it earlier, John. They had only won 14% of their draws in that first period. Yeah. In fact, Ryan Green was 0 for 5. He did win his first draw, though, to start this hockey game in the second period. And right now it's going to be Jason, Jason Dickinson taking the draw.
Dickinson, circle to the left of Soderblom, wins the faceoff. Alex Vlasic tossing at the center ice. Ilya Mikheyev's got it. Darts down the left wing into the area behind the net, and then run off the puck by McAvoy. McAvoy took the puck in the far corner, and he'll pass it ahead to Husnudinov at center ice, with Mikheyev tracking him back into the Hawk end. Lindholm for the left circle, fed the slot. McAvoy shoots, he scores. So Charlie McAvoy snaps this one into the top right corner past Soderblom, and the Bruins are on the board, trailing 2-1. A little bit of a screen had developed in front of Arvid.
That's a great play. It's a great passing play. Husnudinov gives it to Zaka. Zaka, ends up dropping it to Lindholm ends up giving it to McAvoy. So it's just a great, basically four-way passing play. And I don't think there was much that Arvid Soderblom could do on the play. It was a bit of a screen in front. Yeah. The Blackhawks defenseman backing up, and just a perfectly placed shot. Yeah. I guess it wasn't screened, but a perfectly placed shot by McAvoy, who had 2 assists in his last game. He had 28 minutes against the Seattle Kraken in that last win for Boston, and he gets Boston's first goal here tonight.
So 2-1 in favor of the Hawks. 18 minutes left in period number 2. This goal obviously at the 2-minute mark. Fraser Minton facing off with Oliver Moore of the Hawks. Minton was the one who scored the overtime game winner in Boston. And this draw won by Moore. Back to Murphy. He's hit in front of the penalty boxes there by Alex Steeves as he dumps the puck down into the Boston end. Moore recovers behind the net. Spins it around up the near side. Murphy and Steeves lock up. Moore in to pull the puck free. On the near circle in the Bruin end. Hampus Lindholm to the puck. Will snap it behind the Bruin net over to Mason Lohrei. His dad, Dave, was a coach in professional hockey for a number of years. He passes the puck ahead to Minton at the Hawk blue line, and he'll spin it in behind the Hawk net. Former Bruin, current Blackhawk Matt Grzelcyk is able to pull it out of there. Here's Grzelcyk to center ice with the puck to Ryan Donato over the Bruin line, left wing side. To Nick Lardis, right circle, makes a back pass, but right onto the stick of Sean Corelli. Leads a 2-on-1 break into the Hawk zone. Hands it off to Geekie. He'll fire from the right circle, and a chest save made by Arvid Soderblom. And he'll plop on the puck at the top of the crease and hold it. Whistle stopping play. That's an example, Steve, of one bad pass into an area where you were expecting a teammate to be. Oops.
Yeah, and Nick Lardis will learn from that, the rookie, and I'm sure the coaching staff will talk to him. When you see 4 red jerseys in front of you, you don't want to be passing it back to the lone man back, and it never ended up going to the other defenseman, was Levshunov. It ended up turning into it looked like a 3-on-1, 2-on-1, and they end up getting a shot off the play. Another good stop by Arvid Soderblom.
Colino facing off with Kaslik of the Bruins. Kaslik wins the draw, but pulls the puck out of the Hawk zone. And then Yoki Harju from in front of the Bruin bench will flip the puck down the boards behind the Hawk net. Kaiser collects it and carries out. David Artyom Levshunov works his way over the Bruin line, high slot, and then fires a shot. This deflects off the glass and around up the right wing side. Jeannot then turned the puck over at the Bruin line. Colton Dock near the left point. Sweeps it down behind the net and up the near side. Levshunov at the right point is hit by Jeannot as he tried to clear the puck into the Bruin end. Kaslik takes it back instead into the Hawks' own right wing side. Drops into the right wing circle for Jeannot. But Levshunov reaching in with a poke check. Levshunov playing without a glove now. Zadorov firing for the left point. That deflects wide. Jeannot's got the puck along the left boards. To Zadorov at the line. Put it over Yoki Harju in the right wing circle. He shot a puck that went rink wide. Picked off by the Hawks. Landon Slaggert into the Bruin zone. Top of the right circle. Guns a shot in on goal. And Korpisalo down with a butterfly save. Holds the puck. Now we get a little pushing and shoving at the top of the crease. Landon Slaggert involved in it there with one of the Bruins, I believe, Tanner Jeannot.
I like that play by Landon Slaggert, though. It's a fourth-line rush. He brings it up the ice. He didn't have anyone to pass it to, and he had a little bit of a lane, so he ends up taking the shot, unfortunately, right into the midsection of goaltender Jonas Korpisalo. Talking with Landon Slaggert this morning, he played with Alex Steeves at the University of Notre Dame. He's a Fighting Irish player, and he said they were all on the same line, he and his brother Graham. So it was Graham, Landon, and Alex Steeves who played together for the Fighting Irish. This is going back about 5 years ago.
What a change of scenery can make a difference in a player's career, and Alex Steeves had been in the Toronto organization for 4 years and been playing mostly with the Marlies in the American Hockey League, and here he's playing pretty much full-time in the National Hockey League with the Bruins and playing well. Career numbers.
Great third line with Minton and Geekie. Yeah, they've been really strong this year.
In the left wing corner in the Hawk zone, Grzelcyk pulls the puck free to Green. He turned it over to Zacha behind the net, but then Murphy knocks Zacha down with a cross-check. No penalty called. Bruins get the puck back. Pavel Zacha in the right wing corner. Put a pass back, picked off by Burakovsky. The Hawks, he'll race ahead into the Bruins zone. Caught from behind by Zacha. Puck turned over, but Ryan Green took it back at the line. Worked it out to the left point to Connor Murphy. He'll spin it down behind the Bruin net into the near corner. Aspero there will try to flip it out of the Bruin zone. Held in by Green. Bedard, bottom of the right circle. He fires, and that hit the crossbar and ricochets out. Bedard got it out now at the left point. Crevier tried to spin one through the high slot. McAvoy of the Bruins picks off the puck. The Long Island native from Long Beach, New York, will pass the puck over at the Bruin line. Jonathan Aspero weaves a pass ahead off of Murat Husnadinov, stick and bound behind the Hawk net. There's Vlasic pinning a pass up the right wing. Mikheyev at center ice. Lifts it off the right wing boards deep into the corner Bruin end. Bertuzzi shoved off the puck, but Mikheyev spins it around for the left point. Vlasic fires. Turned out of there by Korpisalo with a pad save. Mikheyev takes control of the puck left wing corner. Wheels off of a check from Hampus Lindholm, but then turns the puck over to the Bruins. Husnadinov with a lead pass. Here's Lohrei at the Hawk blue line, poking the puck into the Hawk zone on a delayed offside. Hawks get it back and clear their end. Bertuzzi steps into the Bruin zone right point. Tried to backhand it diagonally to the left wing corner in the Boston zone, but Hampus Lindholm knocks it free. Levshunov held it in right point, weaving to the slot, leaving it there for Dickinson. He fires, and Elias Lindholm got his skate on that, blocking it. Dickinson got the puck back at the Bruin line, tried to dump it in deep, picked off by Hampus Lindholm. He shot a pass ahead now for David Pastrnak. He lost the puck into the Hawk end. And Levshunov will wheel it out through center. And over the Bruin line, drops it in the left circle. Donato fires a shot, deflected across the rink. Lardis along the near boards. Tried to flip the puck into the corner, picked off by Zadorov, who clears ahead into the Hawk zone. Minton in the left wing corner. Pokes the puck behind the net. Donato run into the end boards by Steves. Kaiser doing likewise on Minton. Minton put the puck to the left point to Zadorov. Sent it right point, Yoki Harju. He'll flip it off the end boards, and it bounces off the back of the Hawk net. Then Geekie sent a pass ahead. Donato runs into Zadorov at the Hawk line. Moore's got the puck through center over the Bruin line. Right wing, put it in front for Lardis, and he mishandles it wide of the net. Now in beside the net, the puck is finally smothered by Korpisalo, and the whistle will blow. 13:25 left in period number 2. It's 2-1 Hawks. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
What do the Blackhawks and United Airlines have in common? The next generation has arrived, and the future looks bright. New planes are joining the United Airlines fleet every week, decked out with Bluetooth connectivity, screens and power at every seat, and bigger overhead bins to fit everyone's carry-on. Book your next trip on the United app or United.com today. United Airlines, proud to be the official airline of the Chicago Blackhawks. Cold weather and hockey season go together hand in hand, but your home isn't a hockey rink, and you want it to be the perfect temperature no matter the season. With Mitsubishi electric heating and air conditioning mini split systems, you get the ultimate comfort and efficiency every time, even in those difficult to heat places in your home. Their units are designed to deliver consistent comfort where you need it most. Check out Mitsubishi electric heating and cooling mini split systems today at getacomfyhome.com.
Petarinos is celebrating 25 years as the heartbeat of the Loop. Join them for weekly lunch specials, including their mouth-watering Italian beef and soon-to-be famous seared yellowfin tuna sandwich with yuzu lemon aioli. Hear jazz every Monday night or try sunset sips in the Loop, 2 to 5 and 8 p.m. to close Monday through Friday. Heated patio is open, so bring your pups and enjoy catering from Petarinos Pasticceria, offering breakfast sandwiches to house-made pastas. Visit Petarinos.com to place your order.
Hey Blackhawks fans, it's Connor Bedard. Game on. Time for Blackhawks hockey.
Thanks, Connor. And on January 25th, the Blackhawks take the ice for a cause that hits close to home for our annual Hockey Fights Cancer Night presented by CIBC. Join us at the United Center as we honor survivors, remember loved ones, and stand together in the fight against cancer. The first 10,000 fans in attendance will receive an exclusive lavender knit hat as we raise awareness for a cause much bigger than hockey.
Right now they're honoring a couple of members of our military, as they usually do every game. And again, we say thank you to all of the men and the women who are so courageously serving our country with great dedication. We appreciate your service so very much. Without it, we can't enjoy hockey games. We can't do what we do. So thank you very much, one and all.
Got that right.
Face off to the right of Korpisalo in the Bruins zone. The Hawks get control. Connor Murphy's got it. Fires from the high slot. And a chest save made by Korpisalo. And he'll let the puck drop into his glove. Face off to his right again.
Connor Murphy, whose dad Gord, longtime NHLer, played a little bit for the Boston Bruins. Started his career with the Philadelphia Flyers. And had a chance to talk to Gord Murphy this morning about that fight against Joel Farabee in that last game against the Calgary Flames. And he said, I stood him up. The big hit. I had the wind knocked out of me. So it took me a good 10-15 seconds before I could actually oblige him and drop the gloves.
The stuff, if you didn't ask him that, Steve, nobody would ever have known that. And there's a shot from Crevier from the left point. And again, Korpisalo now makes the glove save. Face off again to his right. But the athletes that are involved, they don't want to share that usually. Not that you were trying to get information that he wouldn't give, but the public generally doesn't hear that stuff.
But the other thing he said, he had the wind knocked out of him because he was going to hit him with his hands in front of his body, but because Farabee had his head down, he took his arms away because it wasn't going to be a headshot, he said. So his helmet literally went into his gut. That's how he got the wind knocked out of him. I said, I thought you were smiling when you were down on the ice. He didn't know I was wheezing. Just trying to catch his breath.
Well, good on him. And
he won the fight too.
He did, and he defended he defended his teammates and the organization there in the process. As Connor Bedard redirects the puck up into the Hawks bench, and a whistle stops play. You got to have that element on your team, the willingness, the backbone to stand up to the opposition.
Well, and that's why I really think that a guy like Connor Murphy is really going to be a hot commodity come the trade deadline. And I know the Blackhawks want to keep guys like Connor around, but it's an expiring contract. He'll be an unrestricted free agent. Doesn't mean he can't come back and sign with Chicago, but he could end up on a team that's looking for a great penalty killer, a guy who could be a 4th, 5th, 6th defenseman. And you could get a lot in return for a guy like Connor Murphy.
Not unprecedented that would happen either. I know that several players in the NHL have allowed themselves to be traded and then came back to the team they've been playing on. I guess it's home for a lot of them, and
right.
they want to stay. Inside the Bruins zone, puck taken away by Burakovsky to Green, top of the left circle. Put it into the left wing corner for Bedard. He's hit by Yoki Harju. The Bruins get the puck back. Pavel Zacha over the center ice circle. Lifts a bouncing puck in on Arvid Soderblom, who goes down in the butterfly position to knock that away. And then Green from the Hawk blue line, missing on a pass for Levshunov at the Bruin line. This goes down, and icing is the call.
Getting back to Connor Murphy, he leads the team in shorthanded time on ice the last 26 games. And, of course, the Blackhawks penalty kill, second best in the entire NHL. And over the last 26 games, penalty kill at 87.2%. Only the Toronto Maple Leafs have a better penalty kill during that time. They're at 88.7%.
He also leads in blocked shots, and I think that's a big reason that penalty kill is as successful as it is.
Absolutely.
Face-off circle to the right of Soderblom, controlled by the Bruins. Hampus Lindholm, left point, moves it down to the slot for David Pastrnak, who turns and fires, and this deflects up into the protective netting. I'm not sure what that puck deflected off of, Steve. I don't know if that was the crossbar or maybe the top of the blocker of Soderblom. Not sure, but boy, you don't want to give David Pastrnak that kind of room.
No, and it almost looked like one of the defensemen came out with his stick. Yeah, and it was Levshunov, and I think he led with his stick, and that's something these Blackhawk defenders do really well. And they're all long and lengthy, whether it's Connor Murphy, obviously Vlasic and Crevier well over 6'6", and Crevier's case he's 6'8". But they lead with their stick, and they break up a lot of plays doing that.
The draw again to the right of Soderblom. Minton facing off against the Hawks' Ryan Green. And Green wins this face-off to Connor Murphy. He chips it up the glass, and this one tumbles over the glass, and Blackhawk fan in row 2 reaching over his head, gloves that out of the air. Nice catch.
We're in a Patrick Kane jersey.
Yeah.
And remember, all Blackhawks wins this season are sponsored by Circus Sports Illinois. Download your new bookie today at circusports.com.
So Green and Minton will do it again. Circle to the right of Soderblom. And again, Green wins the draw. Murphy in the corner. Again plays the puck up the right wing side to center ice. Now we get a hand pass against the Bruins as Hampus Lindholm caught that out of midair, and then the puck ended up on another Bruin player's stick. So they'll face it off over the center ice face-off dot.
Hampus Lindholm has to be wondering what's going on. He just missed the last 6 games. The team was 5-1 with him out of the lineup. In fact, they won their last 5 games. He was a -2 in the first period, John. So, sometimes it's like, hey, what's going on here? But I think they're happy to have Lindholm back. He's just a really strong defenseman, great defensively, can chip in offensively too.
He's in his 5th season with the Boston Bruins, having played for the Anaheim Ducks for a long time. Connor Murphy at center ice to a puck. Will dump it off the right wing boards deep into the Boston zone. This circles the net to the left wing corner. Mason Lohrei came out with the puck, and he'll move it up the right wing. Sean Corrali, front of the benches at center ice. He scoops it down the boards to Tanner Jeannot behind the Hawk net. Murphy runs him, and then Jeannot tried to run Murphy in the near corner. Puck skewered away by Grizzly, but not out. Lindholm firing for the left point. Murphy got another block. He uses his skates this time. And then Landon Slaggert will flip it along the right boards into the Boston zone. Jeannot turned it over. Colton Dock behind the net. Runs into a check from Lohrei. Put the puck into the far corner. Corrali is there, and he'll send it down ice into the Hawk zone. Not far enough for icing, but far enough for the Bruins to get a line change. Levshunov collects the puck. Passing up ice to the Bruin blue line. Ryan Donato deflects it down into the Bruin zone to the corner. Aspero moves it behind the net up the right wing. Here's Marat Husnadinov into the Hawk zone along the far boards. He was hit there by Kaiser, but moves the puck into the high slot. Pastrnak gloves it, drops it to his stick, couldn't get a clean shot away. Hawks get the puck back. Ryan Donato, center ice on the left wing, front of the benches. Dumps it diagonally to the right wing corner in the Bruins zone. Aspero there to move it out to Pasternak, Hawk line. Put it in over the line on the right wing side to Elias Lindholm. And he fires a shot that goes wide. Now, one of the Bruin players, McAvoy, fell down to the Hawk line. Donato's got the puck into the Boston zone, but Jonathan Aspero took it away. And carries behind his net and drives it around the left wing boards and down.
Aspero's been really good for the Boston Bruins, playing a lot lately with Charlie McAvoy, so he's out there in the first pairing and just blocked a great 2-on-1 pass.
Now McCabe into the Bruins zone to Bertuzzi, top of the left circle, and he whips a shot in on goal and a blocker save. Dickinson got it back left point, spins it down behind the net around to the right half boards. Louis Crevier to Bertuzzi back in the net. Had a pass up the slot, held in by Vlasic. Sent it off the near boards, but picked off by Zaka of the Bruins. Back through center, over the Hawk blue line. Now he got it into the high slot to Arvidsson with a toe drag and a shot, and that deflects wide. Louis Crevier claims the puck. Hawk blue line. Takes a pass on the left wing into the Bruins zone. Mikheyev got to it behind the net. Checked off the puck by Yoki Haru, but recovers. To Bertuzzi, left corner. He sent it off of Korpisalo from below the goal line. That's turned out of there. And now Yoki Haru chops it to center ice, taken back by the Hawks. Burakovsky racing back into the Bruins' own left wing side. He took a slash from Arvidsson, no penalty called. Bedard ends up with the puck in the left wing corner to Kaiser, backing through the high slot and then fires. That was blocked in front. Loose puck to the right wing boards. Burakovsky's got it. And from the point, he'll fire toward the net. Redirected wide by Green. Green along the left wing board, centering the puck. It's a bouncing puck corralled by Levshunov at the blue line, now deep slot. And then he loses the puck off a poke check from Middlestat to center ice. Middlestat, being bothered by Connor Bedard in front of the penalty boxes, will free himself and flip the puck down behind the Hawk net. And again, the Bruins make a line change.
Middlestat's found some new life here with the Boston Bruins team. He was struggling in Buffalo and looks a lot better in Boston.
There's Bedard in the left wing circle. Put it to the line. Grizzly fires. Stick save made by Korpisalo. Great chance there for Matty Grizzly. Here are the Bruins on the counterattack. Alex Steves to the Hawk blue line. Dumping the puck into the right wing corner. He'll chase it down with Connor Murphy, who wedges him off the puck, and Moore claims it behind the Hawk net. He'll race to center. Moore to the Bruin line. Sent it across to Donato down the left wing side. Donato leaves it for Moore in the left wing corner. Steves pulls it off of his stick. He'll skate it to center ice on the right wing side. Sent it across the rink to Fraser Minton. Moves it down to the left wing corner Hawk zone. That Grizzly pulls the puck away for the Hawks. And sent it into the far corner to Lardis. Back to Grizzly. He'll flip it behind the Hawk net. Murphy there. Murphy with a pass up the right side. Ryan Donato. He'll deflect it down into the Boston zone, and now the Hawks will get a line change. Here's McAvoy to center. To Sean Corrali over the Hawk line on the right wing. Oh, Kaiser stepped in front of him but missed his check. Bruins retain the puck. McAvoy right point. Aspero left point. Long wrist shot hit the inboards and then the back of the net. Corrali again right corner. Put it out to McAvoy. Firing one from the right point. Blocker save made by Soderblom. Kaiser to the loose puck behind the net. He'll lift it down ice into the Bruins zone. There's a race to the puck. Foligno got there first in the corner. Chips it in behind the Boston net. Colton Dock had the puck for a moment, but the defenseman Aspero took it away. And then Dock levels him into the corner boards. They may have a go behind the play as they skate back up ice. Corrali gains the Hawk zone to the left wing corner, and he's checked by Crevier. He moves the puck up the right wing side. Dickinson at center ice. He dumps it down in behind the Bruin net. Dickinson tried to run Yoki Haru off the puck. Then Yoki Haru sent it out to the left point. Nobody was there but Pasternak of the Bruins. Got it ahead into the Hawk zone. Lindholm sent it across along the left boards. Shadorov. It's fed in front now by Husnadinov. Turned away, and at center ice, Bertuzzi tried to get to the puck. He could not. The Bruins get it back. 6:14 left in the second period. 2-1 Hawks. Lindholm in the left wing corner. Look out. He centers the puck. Deflects through to Hampus Lindholm. High slot. To Elias Lindholm. Bottom of the left wing circle. Tied up there by Crevier, but spins it out to the left point. Hampus Lindholm. To Mason Lohrei at the right point. Put it over to Pasternak. One-timer from the left wing boards. And a glove save made by Arvid Soderblom with authority. He'll hold on for the whistle. 5:53 left in period number 2. It's the Hawks 2 and the Bruins 1. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
Chicago News on WGN. Current, local, agenda-free.
WGN.
What if your instincts could pay off?
With Robinhood Prediction Markets, you could put your knowledge to work on the events that matter to you. Prediction Markets isn't just sports. It's the Fed rate decision, your favorite award show, and so much more beyond the playing field. Trade events with Robinhood. Visit Robinhood.com/predict. That's Robinhood.com/predict. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
Jiffy Lube's quick, quality 15-minute oil change service will have your car ready before you know it. It's so fast, you'll find yourself saying, already ready? Even now, after I just told you, you'll still be surprised at how fast and efficient it is. Plus, Jiffy Lube does more than just oil changes fast. They'll take care of the preventive maintenance your car needs to keep running smoothly, like free fluid top-offs, battery checks, and more, all in a jiffy. So come in today. You're practically already ready.
Monday, January 26th, don't miss a day of special features on WGN Radio as we spotlight International Clean Energy Day with our friends from Innovation to Page, a leading business incubator and accelerator located in the western suburbs. Join us as the team from Innovation to Page shares how their Clean Energy Incubator program is helping clean tech businesses grow. Discover the stories behind the innovation and the people turning big ideas into thriving businesses. That's Monday, January 26th, only on WGN Radio, where Chicago's business conversation begins.
Hey, Chris Chelios here. It's time to break out the Bandito. El Bandito Yankee Tequila. So smooth, it's criminal. Break out the Bandito, baby.
Well, who's hot, who's cold? You're not going to save this because who's hot right now are the former Stanley Cup winners for the Chicago Blackhawks. Men in attendance from the 2010, 2013, and 2015 Stanley Cups. And they just got a standing ovation from the sellout crowd here.
Now the draw won by the Bruins. Lindholm passing from the left point over to the right wing circle. And a wide open shot on goal is gloved out of the air by Arvid Soderblom. As Brian Bickle, the shot came from Middlestad's stick, as Brian Bickle raising the cup among all of his former teammates in the suite down below us to our left. We get some rare moments here, Steve. I think we just kind of saw one of them.
Yeah, it's great to see those guys off the ice and enjoying themselves. Of course, it's great once all said and done, you win the cup. But, boy, leading up to that, it is just an absolute war of attrition. You know, you got to win, 16 games, and a lot of times you're playing over 20 games of extra hockey after the regular season. It's a marathon.
Now here's Arvidsson to Middlestad along the left boards to Hampus Lindholm, top of the left circle, sends one down toward the net, deflected on goal, kicked out of there by Soderblom. Burakovsky, Hawk blue line, launches the puck across the rink into the Bruins zone a few feet. Lorei clears to center ice, and Levshunov overskates the puck at the Bruin line. The Bruins get it back. Middlestad into the Hawk zone left wing side, hands it to Zacha left wing corner. Chased behind the Hawk net by Bedard, but sends it to Hampus Lindholm, top of the left circle, put it over to Lorei, right circle, he shoots and scores. Mason Lorei wide open in the right wing circle, caught a precision pass, and snapped it past Arvid Soderblom, and we're tied at 2.
It all started when Artie Levshunov kind of lost his balance in the neutral ice area. Then he lost his position, and loved the rotation, though, from the Boston Bruins defensemen. Both Hampus Lindholm and Mason Lorei, almost acting as forwards. And Mason Lorei jumping in from the point, getting that pass from his defense partner, Hampus Lindholm, and a high riser right over the blocker of Arvid Soderblom. Make that over the catching glove of Arvid Soderblom, ties this hockey game.
So 2-2 the score as we rejoin the play. Grzelcyk in the Hawk zone, passing it ahead now to center ice to Donato. He fires the puck off the right corner boards into the Boston zone. Zadorov gathering it in. They'll move it out to Minton at center ice. He turned it over now. Nick Lardis, quick pass, Ryan Donato over the Bruin blue line. Flips it into the right wing corner. Moore darting in to take it away from Zadorov. Carrying behind the net around the left wing half boards. He'll spin it back in behind for Donato. It's redirected away by Yoki Harju to Alex Steeves. Put it around behind the net. Not out. Here's a shot from Moore from the left wing boards. Blocked in front. Yoki Harju to the puck. To Minton. Crossing the Hawk blue line. Runs into Murphy. Let the puck go to the left wing corner to Steeves. He's checked there by Oliver Moore, who extricates the puck and got it to Grzelcyk. to Lardis, Hawk line to Matt Grzelcyk. 2-on-2 with Ryan Donato to the Bruin blue line. And Grzelcyk fires it down the glass in behind the Bruin net. Ends up on the far side. Donato to the puck. Checked by Aspero. And Tanner Jeannot now working it free. Then Yoki Harju sent the puck on the left wing side. Morgan Geekie to the near corner. Hit by Landon Slaggert. Put the puck behind his net to the far corner. Oh, and Nick Foligno runs over Aspero with a body check. As the puck is now cleared to center ice by Yoki Harju, taken back by Foligno, who falls down in the Bruin zone but slots the puck into the Bruin end. And then Jeannot outfights one of the Hawks for the puck and clears to the Hawk blue line. Kaiser there to Foligno in front of the Hawks bench. He'll backhand it down behind the net. Jonathan Aspero there. Put it over to Yoki Harju. He clears it ahead at center ice. Tanner Jeannot will dump it down behind the Hawk net. Oh, and then Vlasic had it and lost it. Vlasic got to the puck again. Quick pass on the right wing to Dickinson. Bruin blue line. He ends up kicking the puck into the Boston zone. Zadorov's got it. And he'll skate it out to center. Former Hawk will drive it down the boards into the Bruin zone. Or into the Hawk zone, excuse me. Kaslik along the right boards. Leaving it there for Husnudinov. To Pasternak off the bench from the right circle. Couldn't get a clean shot away. Vlasic interrupts that with the stick. And Dickinson takes the puck, flips it back into the Boston zone. Here's McAvoy with a lead pass intended for Husnudinov at the Hawk blue line. This misses and goes down, and icing's going to be called. We're down to 2:39 left in the second. Now 2-2.
Marat Husnudinov has been very impressive for this Boston Bruin team. He's quick. He's got really good offensive skill. And he was the player they picked up from the Minnesota Wild in that trade for Justin Brazeau. Former Minnesota Wild player. Just couldn't make it happen there. He spent parts of 3 seasons in Minnesota. But this year, 10 goals, 11 assists, 21 points. He didn't get an assist on that first goal for Boston, but he really helped set it up. He's been an impressive player, let's say, over the last month for Marco Sturm and these Boston Bruins.
Well, now the draw to the left of Korpisalo. The Hawks end up with it behind the net. Burakovsky to the puck. Skates to the left wing half boards, whips it down behind the net again. Bedard turning one way, then the other on Zadorov. Zadorov wins the battle. With one hand, he pushes Bedard off the puck, and with the other hand, he scoops it ahead to Husnudinov. To McAvoy at center, tried to fire into the Hawk zone, picked off by Burakovsky, who then lost it back to Zadorov. To Husnudinov into the Hawk zone, left wing side. Spins it down behind the net. Pasternak set it to the doorstep. Look out, Lindholm crosses the crease. Puck on the forehand, tried to go to the backhand and poke it in the short side, but he mishandled the puck. But the Bruins retained possession. Lorite tried to fire from the right point. That hit Brian Green and tumbles down into the Bruins zone on a deflection. Then Green took it away from Hampus Lindholm, and then Lindholm is able to chip it to center ice. Pasternak falls down. Burakovsky takes the puck for the Hawks and flips it off the left side boards and down into the Bruin end. Hampus Lindholm with a pass. Casey Middlestat through center and over the Hawk blue line on the right wing. Stops and centers the puck picked up by Lardis. Sends a pass on the left wing over the Bruin line. Ryan Donato tried to angle to the net, could not. The puck deflects through the air and into the glove of Eunice Korpisalo. 2-2 with 1:26 left in period number 2. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
Hi, this is Dave Musial, owner of Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric, and I want to guarantee you a breakdown-free winter. Did you know that a dirty furnace costs more to operate and can lead to higher utility bills and untimely breakdowns? Now is the time to schedule your Four Seasons furnace tune-up and save $50. A Four Seasons furnace tune-up includes a 35-point inspection, complete cleaning, and we calibrate every component of your furnace. So call today.
For all the right reasons, call 866-4 Seasons.
The action is heating up. The NFL playoff race is in full swing. College Bowl season is here. And there's never been a better moment to jump into the action with Circa Sports Illinois. Circa delivers high limits, low holds, and unmatched customer service. Built for people who want to win big. From NBA and NHL action to college bowls and the NFL playoff push, Circa Sports has you covered. Don't wait. Download the Circa Sports Illinois app today at circasports.com.
Welcome to Take 5 Oil Change.
Thanks. Got my seat cushion, crossword puzzle, and can't forget the hand sanitizer. Okay, show me the waiting room.
No need for all that. You can stay in your car.
I'll stay in my car. Get out.
Yep, you stay in. It'll just be 10 minutes.
10 minutes? Get out.
Go ahead, sit back and relax.
Well, I guess I'll save all this for the DMV. If only they took 10 minutes, am I right? I'm sorry.
Take 5. The stay in your car 10-minute oil change.
It's Jason Dickinson. Listen to John Williams weekday mornings at 10. Back to the game.
Thanks, Jason. And Who's Hot, Who's Cold is sponsored by Plumbers 911 Chicago, where they do it right the first time. And Who's Hot? How about the Blackhawks' next opponent? The Winnipeg Jets have won 4 in a row. And Jonathan Toews, 4 straight games where he has scored a goal. He also picked up his 900th point recently. And who's not? Well, the New York Rangers, they won earlier today. They beat the Philadelphia Flyers, who have now lost 6 in a row. Wow. But they're 2-6-2 in their last 10 games. They were beat by these Boston Bruins 10-2 a week ago. And then a few days ago, beat by the Ottawa Senators 8-4.
Well, off the draw in the Bruins zone. Kaiser left circle, put the puck in front of the net. Moore chops at it. Turned out of there by Korpisalo.
What a stop that was. I think Oliver Moore picked that at a mid-air. The rebound attempt and a great stop by Korpisalo.
I think you're right. Bruins attack. Arvidsson in the Hawk zone. Fires a shot and a blocker save made by Soderblom. Bedard breaks back the other way up the right wing to center ice. Lifts the puck off the glass behind the Boston net. And Aspero sends it around up the near side. Middlestad's got the puck at center ice. Crosses the Hawk line on the left wing. Drop pass. Arvidsson sent it over. And a shot, they score. It's Victor Arvidsson. Made a pass over to the right wing circle for Pavel Zacha, who sent it back to Arvidsson, who was breaking down the left wing side. And he squeezes a shot past Soderblom on the near side of the net. Boston leading 3-2 with 45 seconds left in period number 2.
Another great passing play from these Boston Bruins. And Victor Arvidsson has had a renaissance here in Boston. That's a 7-game point streak he is currently on. And that was basically a tic-tac-toe play. I don't know if it was Zacha who gave it to him.
It was, yeah.
Pavel Zacha with an excellent pass and had an opportunity to shoot himself. And I think that's what goaltender Arvid Soderblom thought was going to happen. Instead, it's a pass right through the crease and a big goal by Boston with less than a minute to go. They grabbed the first lead of the night.
Really changes the complexion of the game. Not long ago, the Hawks had a 2-goal lead. Now they're looking up at a 3-2 deficit. At center ice, Bertuzzi sends Dickinson over the line. A shot from the left circle turned out of there with a stick save. Loose puck to the near boards. Steves tries to clear it out and does. Crevier took the puck back at center ice. Strokes it into the left wing corner in the Bruin end. Yoki Harju back to play it behind the net to the near corner. Jadorov will lift the puck down ice into the Hawk end. Vlasic got to it in front of Geekie. Put it behind the net to Crevier. Then a pass up the right wing. Dickinson, he'll deflect it down, but icing's going to be the call. We're down to 4.5 seconds left on the clock for period number 2 and a face-off in the Hawk zone. This will be in the circle to Soderblom's left. And boy, Steve, a clean face-off win by the Bruins could be catastrophic.
Yeah, and they realize it. That's why they're huddled together right now talking about it. Lindholm, the defenseman, has moved up. In fact, it looks like they're going to have, well, everyone's up. Pasternak is back. Now Lindholm backs up too, so it looks like they're going to try and win it to Pasta.
And it's going to be Dickinson on the draw. Dickinson and Lindholm. The drop of the puck. Dickinson wins it to Bertuzzi, who just launches the puck off the corner boards. Crevier claims it behind the net as the horn sounds, ending play. So 3-2 in favor of the Boston Bruins after 40 minutes. The shots on goal favoring the Bruins as well, 17-14. Tough period for the Hawks. They enter the period leading 2-0. They leave the period trailing 3-2.
Yeah, and we kind of talked about it at the end of the first period. Even though the Blackhawks were up 2-0, I thought the Boston Bruins kind of carried play. Now, that being said, I thought the Blackhawks were a little better in period number 2 here, but they give up 3 goals. And again, I go back to the board battles, that battle mentality that the Boston Bruins have. And they're big, and they're surly, and they hit, and they've been winning their fair share of board battles. And at the end of the night, that really helps you get possession, and it helps you get some extra goals. And right now, they've got the extra goal.
You got to fight through that. I think when you're going into a game where you know that the other team is known for their physical play, the Bruins come into this game third in the National Hockey League in hits, and it's easy for me to say up here 200 feet from the ice, but when you're down there on that bench and you know you got guys on that other bench that can come and pound you when you're just trying to play the puck, it can get into your head a little bit.
Well, it can, but what you need is support. It's never going to be one guy who wins a puck battle along the boards. You need support, and you need that second guy to be either supporting you or to be an outlet, and that's what Boston's really doing a good job of. They're getting to loose pucks, and then they're finding the outlet right away because they've got the support. And the Blackhawks normally really good at that in their own zone, finding that support, finding the man in the front of the net, in the middle of the ice who's open, and it just hasn't been happening with a lot of frequency in tonight's game.
Steve, of the 14 shots the Blackhawks have taken, how many of those would you say were grade A to grade maybe AA chances?
Well, I really liked the goal in the first period by Ryan Green. I thought that was a grade A opportunity. I think they might have hit a post in that second period too. I would think that's a grade A opportunity. I don't know what the high danger chances are for and against. Korpisalo, to your point, has not been really tested, I don't think, like Arvid Soderblom has.
Right. So we'll have to see what we see in the third period. At least the advantage the Hawks will have is that Jeff Blashill, being the home team head coach, he'll have the final change. It's going to be interesting to see how the Bruins tried to lock things down in the third, if that's their strategy. I mean, they've won 5 in a row. 2 of those games have been by shutout. Each of the goaltenders, Swayman and the guy we see tonight, Korpisalo, have earned a shutout in the last 5. But it'll be interesting to see how they comport themselves in that third period.
They're a pretty good third period team. In fact, they have more goals in the third period than they do in the first and second. That being said, so do the Blackhawks by quite a margin. So, Boston Bruin hockey, it's play attention to defense, wait for your opportunities, and that's when they try to strike.
All right, let's go downstairs and talk to somebody who might factor into the outcome for the Hawks. Blackhawks defenseman Alex Vlasic. Alex, thank you so much for joining us. And you know what? We went with Charlie's recommendation for a between periods guest. And this is right on because you grew up in this town watching these guys that were honored before the game. And you've got to have memories of how they played and how that influenced your career.
It was pretty special to, have them be in our locker room before the game. And, being so close to them, it definitely feels pretty surreal, like you said, watching them growing up and the success that they had. So, definitely an example that, we're all looking up to.
Alex, you lead the team tonight with a couple of key block shots. What's your mindset going into either it's a penalty kill or even 5-on-5 and getting into those shooting lanes?
I try to get stick on puck first and foremost. And, some guys out there on their team, they're pretty skilled. They have good releases and can kind of hide where they're going to, release the puck from. So, get your stick in the lane as best you can and then make sure your body's kind of falling up.
Alex, you know what the Bruins are like when they're chasing the score, and now the Blackhawks are chasing the score here in period number 3. What are you expecting of them?
They're, looking at their last couple of games, they've definitely held some pretty good teams to low scores. So we got to make sure that, we're playing simple. We're getting pucks in behind them. It's kind of the success that we had earlier in the first period. And, they're going to hunker down. So we got to do our best to just keep it simple and, put pucks to the net with traffic.
All right, a lot of time on that clock, Alex. You got a third period ready to play. Go get some fluids and go get them there, bud.
Thank you.
Appreciate it very much. Alex Vlasic, our guest after 2 periods. Boston 3 and the Hawks 2. Charlie Romeliotis is standing by, and he's going to have a full intermission report for you good folks. Then third period action will follow along. Should be a good one. 3-2 is where it stands after 2 with the Bruins leading, but a lot of hockey left to be played. This is Blackhawks Hockey on 720 WGN.
In 2026, make a resolution to better care for yourself and those you love. At Rogers & Holland's Family Jewelers, the Year of You sales event means great deals on jewelry and watches for milestone moments. Make this the year you choose what matters with Rogers & Holland's. Celebrate the Year of You in stores and online at fornowandforever.com. That's fornowandforever.com.
Rogers & Holland, for now and forever.
It's Bob Surratt. If you follow hockey, you know how important protection is. Protecting the net, the lead, the win. Planning for retirement isn't much different. It's not one decision, it's many. Each one shapes the life you want. How to create reliable income, how much risk to take, when to step away from work, and how to safeguard what you've built. Handling all of that alone can feel like a full-time job. That's why I chose Trajan Wealth. Their fiduciary advisors work with you one-on-one to make the complex feel clear and build a plan that keeps your money working for what's ahead. Your strategy starts with a simple conversation. For a retirement plan you can trust, let Trajan Wealth guide you. Schedule your complimentary review at TrajanWealth.com or visit their offices in Naperville, Park Ridge, or Orland Park. Trajan Wealth, helping protect what you've built for what comes next.
Advisory services through Trajan Wealth LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Client paid advertisement. Additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
Have you gone to the Hegler Karras Mansion in LaSalle yet? I love that you're all discovering this hidden gem, that 7-story, 19th century masterpiece. It's a mansion with 57 rooms, and it was built by the guy who designed the Joliet Prison and the Chicago Water Tower and pumping station. The guy that did all of that built this humongous home in LaSalle, Illinois. It's just off I-80. And there you can walk in and marvel at the intricate woodwork, each room detailed differently, the chandeliers, the artifacts of a life lived in splendor 150 years ago. So who, how, and why is it there? And what are the stories inside that home? It's really amazing history. It's fun. Make this Valentine's Day a historic one at the Hegler Karras Mansion. Enjoy private and semi-private dinner parties in rooms on the main level of the mansion with amazing food and drink. Get your tickets now at tourthemansion.com. Click on tourthemansion.com.
The professionals at Plumbers 911 Chicago are ready to answer your call. They'll get your plumbing job done right the first time. Their phones are open 24/7, 1-833-PLUM-911.
WGN Chicago is your radio home for the Hawks, the Cats, March Madness, and the Indy 500. On air and on smart devices worldwide. Time for a break. It's intermission time.
That's a wrap. That's a wrap.
Here's Charlie Romeliotis with your intermission update.
Through 40 minutes here at the United Center, the Blackhawks were up 2-0 through one period, but they now trail 3-2 through two periods. Boston with a big push in that middle frame, but we still got lots of hockey left to be played here at the United Center. Let's get to tonight's Salute to a Veteran, sponsored by JeffBuysYourHouse.com, a proud veteran-owned business serving Chicagoland since 2007. That's JeffBuysYourHouse.com. And speaking of Jeff, he is in the house tonight with his wife and son sitting in the WGN suite. So Jeff is in the house. Go check out his team over at JeffBuysYourHouse.com. And tonight's Salute to a Veteran, two members that were honored before the game. U.S. Marine Corps veteran Sergeant Michael Colazzo and the member of our U.S. Navy, Kylan Lemonegger. Thank you, Kylan and Sergeant Michael, for your service. Let's get to some final scores around the NHL. 12 other games tonight. We start with some afternoon games over in Buffalo, where the Minnesota Wild took down the Sabres 5-4 in overtime. Matt Zuccarello scored the overtime winner for Minnesota. The Rangers cruised past the Philadelphia Flyers 6-3 over in Philadelphia. Mika Zibanejad had a hat trick. It's the 10th career time he has scored 3 goals in a game. The Calgary Flames defeated the New York Islanders 4-2 earlier today. The Utah Mammoth cruised past the Seattle Kraken 6-3 behind a 4-point performance by Nate Schmidt. The Montreal Canadiens defeated the Ottawa Senators in overtime. This game just went final. I'm not sure who scored the overtime winner, but the Montreal Canadiens scored 2 late ones in the third period and ended up winning that game in OT. We had another hat trick in New Jersey, where the Carolina Hurricanes beat the Devils 4-1. Andrei Svechnikov with 3 goals in the victory for Carolina. The Columbus Blue Jackets defeated the Pittsburgh Penguins 4-3 in a shootout. The Panthers knocked off the Capitals 5-2. And then the Toronto Maple Leafs knocked off the Winnipeg Jets 4-3 in overtime. Max Domi scored the overtime winner for Toronto. And then 3 late games tonight. The Oilers are in Vancouver to take on the Canucks. By the way, no Leon Draisaitl in that game for the Oilers. He is out after taking a brief leave of absence, dealing with a family illness out in Germany. The Predators are in Vegas tonight to take on the Golden Knights, and the Ducks are hosting the LA Kings. Elsewhere in sports, let's get to some NFL action. The Buffalo Bills lost in overtime to the Denver Broncos 33-30 earlier today. And the Broncos announced after the game, Sean Payton, head coach, that Bo Nix suffered a broken bone in his ankle, and he's going to be out for the rest of the playoffs. So Jared Stidham is in line to start the AFC Championship game for Denver. What a brutal loss. And then the Seattle Seahawks are up 24-6 right now on the San Francisco 49ers. That game is currently at halftime. Meanwhile, here at the UC, the Hawks are down 3-2 to the Bruins. We'll take a quick break and break down the second period next. You're listening to Blackhawks Hockey on 720 WGN.
Hey, Blackhawks fans, Spencer Knight. Sit tight, more hockey after the break.
Hey, Jeremy Roenick here. You know, I played in an era that was tough, gritty, old school. But I got major respect for the next generation of hockey. The speed, the skill, the precision. That's what I see in Flight by Yingling. It's brewed by the oldest brewery in America, but built for today. 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, clean, crisp, real beer flavor without the heaviness. This is the light beer that keeps up with the modern game. Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. ZG Yingling & Son, Pottsville, PA.
Hey, hockey fans, it's Troy Murray. If you're ready to upgrade your outdoor living space, look no further than TimberTech Decking and Railing, the #1 premium composite decking brand, tough enough to handle anything. It looks like real wood, but without the costly maintenance of a wood deck. It won't rot, warp, splinter, or peel, ever. And it's backed by industrial-leading warranties, so your deck will last year after year after year. Connect with a local contractor or order free samples at TimberTech.com to see the TimberTech difference for yourself. TimberTech, everything wood should be.
Every neighborhood has its own story, and at Grandview Homes, we know them all. We've bought thousands of properties right here in the communities we're proud to call home. Our management team averages over 20 years of experience. We understand the unique nuances of your area and how to make selling your home as smooth as possible. We'll visit your home and give you a fair offer in as little as 24 hours. Then just pack what you want and we'll take care of the rest. Get your no-obligation offer at grandviewhomes.com today.
The Lutheran Hour began in 1930. It's the world's longest-running Christian outreach radio program. Tune in Sunday mornings at 6:30 right here on WGN.
Second intermission here at the United Center. The Blackhawks trail the Boston Bruins 3-2 through 2 periods of play. Let's take a look at this period's window of opportunity, sponsored by the state's official health insurance marketplace, Get Covered Illinois. You can shop and enroll in health insurance until January 31st at getcoveredillinois.gov. Unfortunate second period there for the Blackhawks, where they give up 3 straight, including one in the final minute of that second period. Those late goals at the end of periods are real. They kind of take the life out of the building a little bit, and for the Blackhawks, where the momentum was already not going their way, that's a tough one to give up. Kind of a tough turnover there in the offensive zone by Artem Levshunov. I think you moving forward, I think you kind of want him to do a little bit of a better job of recognizing that it's late in the period, just kind of get the puck in deep there. Boston goes the other way and scores. And so we'll see what the third period brings for the Blackhawks and see if they can get the equalizer, get this energy going here inside the United Center. That it's been an unbelievable crowd all night long because of the Centennial Celebration night. So we'll see what the third period brings. And that's going to lead us right into our third period projections, sponsored by Robinhood. You expect more from yourself. Expect more from your money. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. I'm going to say that Artem Levshunov recovers after that turnover in the offensive zone, and he's going to set up the game-tying goal in the third period. Hopefully it's Connor Bedard. I feel like Bedard had some chances in the last game. He's had a couple looks in this one. He picked up the secondary assist on one of the goals earlier in the game. I say Levshunov picks up an apple on the equalizer in the third period. One more break, and we're going to set up that third period next. You're listening to Blackhawks Hockey on 720 WGN.
The NHL is officially back, and right now, new FanDuel customers can bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets if you win. Put your first bet in the back of the net on FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook and official partner of the Chicago Blackhawks. Must be 21 or older and present in Illinois. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, Chicago Blackhawks fans! I know you'd do anything for a win on game day and an ice-cold Bud Light. Because whether you're tailgating in the parking lot or parked on the couch, sitting on your lucky stool at the bar, or standing in the fan section all game long, a win isn't a win without the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light. And there's nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
There are plenty of reasons to watch what you eat. This is John Williams, and honestly, I'm not looking to lose weight, although that's a great goal too. I just want convenient, affordable, delicious food that manages my sodium and doesn't require a lot of prep. I dine alone sometimes, and Seattle Sutton is my companion. They've updated their website, so now I pick the menus I want. You can too. For lunch, how does broccoli cheddar soup sound? Chicken and dumplings? A garden tamale bowl? For dinner, raspberry salmon salad or sweet and sour chicken. Pick it up or have it delivered. It's no prep, prepared, fresh, healthy, yummy food, priced affordably, and easy to click online. With meals starting at just under $8 a day, dinners cost $8 to just $17. Call 1-800-442-3438. 1-800-442-3438. It's okay to shop when you're hungry at SeattleSutton.com. That's what I'm clicking on because the food is good and it's good for me. 1-800-442-3438 or click on SeattleSutton.com.
Hey Blackhawks fans, here's a club you'll want to get into. Club Citgo. Download the Club Citgo app now and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up.
It's the final 20. The third period's just ahead. Here's Charlie Remeliotis with your recap.
Back here at the United Center where the Blackhawks and Bruins have hit the ice for the start of the final frame. Hawks trail the Boston Bruins 3-2. We got more than 25-plus Stanley Cup alumni from the 2010, 13, and 15 Blackhawks teams that helped bring 3 banners up to the United Center rafters. They are in the building. They've provided a lot of energy here for this sellout crowd here at the United Center, and hopefully the Blackhawks are able to capitalize on the momentum from the energy that is in this building, and hopefully they can score the equalizer here in the third period. Time now for What's on Deck, sponsored by TimberTech Decking and Railing, #1 in premium decking. Order free samples at TimberTech.com. We go back over to John and Steve for the third.
Charlie, pretty soon we're going to be talking about who's on deck. Here it is. It's mid-January, and the pitchers and catchers will be reporting.
Yeah, and we had
6 weeks.
CubsCon earlier. Over the weekend, I think, for the Cubs.
All right, getting close. First things first. The Bears. Tomorrow, the Bears. Well, let's hope that they can win their battle against the Rams and move on in the playoffs. Underway here in the third period. Arvidsson dumping the puck from center ice to the right wing corner Hawk zone. Levshunov takes a hit, loses his stick, but the Hawks get the puck back. Bedard slings one rink wide. Burakovsky, right wing of center ice, front of the benches. To Green over the Bruin line. Just does dodge a hit from Zadorov. Dumps it down behind the net. Bedard there being defended by Zacha. Rolls the puck free. Burakovsky put it out in front. It came back to Burakovsky on a deflection. Left circle now. Put it left point. Kaiser. Right point now. Levshunov. Long shot. Turned out of there with a butterfly save. Burakovsky along the left boards to Kaiser at the line. To Burakovsky, right point. Shot it off the end boards. Bounces out onto Bedard's stick for a moment behind the net, but then Zadorov clears it out. Then Middlestad at center ice turned the puck over. And Levshunov of the Hawks will wind it off the glass and down behind the Bruin net and up the near side. Henry Jokiharju there to get to the puck. The Bruins are making a line change.
Jokiharju's had a pretty good game tonight here, John. He's out on the penalty kill. Never really given a chance here in Chicago. Just played the 1 year, and I think he's really developed into a defenseman that the Boston Bruins really appreciate.
As I recall, Joel Quenneville really liked Henry Jokiharju's game. Here's Vlasic with a long wrist shot from the high slot. That goes over the net. Loose puck along the left wing boards, gathered in by Pasternak. He shot it rink wide. McAvoy at center ice will drive the puck across and down behind the Hawk net. Dickinson in the far corner. Sent it behind the net. Vlasic going to pass up the left wing. Bertuzzi center ice, just short of the Boston blue line. Dumps the puck to the corner, Boston in. Maspero clears it off the near glass to center ice. Matt Grzelcyk, the former Bruin, put it over to Murphy. To Dickinson over the Bruin line. To Bertuzzi, back to Grzelcyk. A drive and a glove save is made by Korpisalo. He'll hold on to it there. Matt Grzelcyk got everything on that shot, but Korpisalo made a nice glove save.
Wouldn't he love to score against his former team? Mentioned it in the pregame. Played a little over 7 years with these Boston Bruins. Born and raised in Charlestown, Massachusetts, which is just about a mile and a half from the old Boston Garden. So his dad, of course, it's well known, a longtime rink maintenance man with the old Boston Garden and TD Center. And Matt Grzelcyk has been a real good find for the Blackhawks this year.
Hawks gain control off the draw. Murphy, top of the left circle, fires. It's turned wide. Korpisalo was out of position as the puck trickled just wide of the right post. Hawks get it back. Nick Lardis in the left wing corner. Sends it out to Murphy, left point, and he let it slip over the blue line to center ice and fired the puck back into the Bruin end, but it's cleared now to center ice. And Mark Kaslick will stick the puck down the boards behind the Hawk net. Grzelcyk speeding back to get it there. Moving it up the right wing, Lardis center ice. Sends it off the boards deep into the Bruins zone. Oh, look out. Oliver Moore is pushed down to the ice by Hampus Lindholm. And he went feet first into the boards. He's up on his feet and he's okay. Heading to the Hawk bench ever so slowly as the play ends up back in the Hawk zone in the far corner.
He was flying. He absolutely went by Hampus Lindholm and somehow lost an edge.
In behind the Hawk net, Grzelcyk battling with Tanner Jeannot for the puck. Grzelcyk gave Jeannot a shove off the puck. It comes free, but Corrali got it for the Bruins. Whips it around to the right point to Yoki Harju. To Jeannot in the right circle. Tried to deke it through the feet of Grzelcyk, who kicked it away. Lardis at center ice. Dumping the puck to the left wing corner, Bruins zone. Yoki Harju there. Will leave it in the corner to Morgan Geekie. Hit by Colton Dock as he spins it behind the net into the far corner. Then Zadorov stuck it up the boards, not out, taken back by the Hawks. Foligno in front, dropping it to Kaiser near the left point. He'll stroke it down toward the corner, but this is picked off by Yoki Harju of the Bruins. To center ice to Steves. He'll dump the puck into the right wing corner Hawk zone. And Kaiser put a shoulder into Geekie, who went down. Here's a shot from the line that's blocked in front of the net. Kaiser took a slash. Shot it ahead to the Bruin line. Fraser Minton there. He'll skate to the Hawk blue line and dump it off the right corner boards. Bounces out behind the net. And Kaiser skates it into the far corner. Alex Steves picks it off, and then he's flattened into the corner boards by Colton Dock. They continue to battle for the puck. There it comes free. Dock pulls it out of the pile. Put it behind the net to Levshunov. Passing ahead up the left wing now for Slaggert at the Hawk blue line. He got it slapped off his stick. Back in the Hawk zone, Levshunov between the circles. He'll take a few strides backwards to hold on to the puck while the Hawks complete a line change. Give it to Burakovsky, center ice. To Bedard. Bruins blue line on the right wing. He'll lift it down to the right wing corner in the Boston zone. McAvoy to the puck. Put it around up the right wing to Middlestat. Shot it to the Hawk blue line. Grzelcyk took it away there. To Burakovsky. Passing rink wide, Bedard. Sticks it into the Bruins zone. Grzelcyk down the left wing side. Grzelcyk will stick it off the boards behind the net. Right wing corner, Burakovsky. Burakovsky now along the right sideboards, whips it back to the right point. Nobody was there, and this will flow all the way down into the Hawk end, and the Bruins will get a line change.
Only in one penalty in this hockey game, and it was to the Boston Bruins against Zadorov back in period number 1. Just about a minute ago, it was Colton Dock. Big hit on Morgan Geekie. It was not called. Morgan Geekie nowhere near the puck, and they played on.
Now Crevier chips it off the left side boards down into the Bruin end. Here's Mason Lohrei, who scored the Bruins' second goal tonight, weaving to center ice up the left wing and flinging it down the boards behind the Hawk net. Soderblom plays it away to Crevier in the far corner. He'll pass ahead now to Dickinson. Hawk blue line, stepping into center ice. Sends Mikheyev over the Bruin line on the right wing. Drop pass for Bertuzzi, poked away by Lindholm. Pasternak's got the puck into the Hawk zone near the left point. Sent it across, and this hit the stick of Mikheyev and deflects through the air to Husnudinov along the near boards. He turned the puck over to Louis Crevier, who clears the center ice. Then Husnudinov took it back into the Hawk end. And from the high slot, tried to drop it off. It's batted back to him, and Husnudinov from the left wing circle fires. Stuck out of there by Soderblom. Loose puck at the right point. Elias Lindholm had the puck, lost it. Diving, sweeping poke check by Dickinson knocks the puck to center ice. And Nikita Zadorov will backskate into the Bruins zone to the far corner with it, allowing the Bruins to get a line change. And he passes ahead now to Yoki Harju, head to Jeannot, put it in front for Kaslick. A point-blank shot turned out of there by Soderblom. More back through center over the Bruin line, top of the right circle. To Lardis in the right corner. tried to pass in front. That was intended for Levshunov, who was taken down to the ice by Katzelik. They both end up tumbling into the end boards. They're both back on their feet, none the worse for wear. And then Katzelik got ahead of the puck at the Hawk blue line, creating an offside situation, hence the call. 13:23 left in the third. 3-2 Boston. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
Heart surgery is no one's dream of retirement. I'm Beverly, and at 79, my cardiology team at Northwestern Medicine worked together to identify and replace a diseased valve in my heart without open heart surgery. Even better, I would be back on my feet in just days.
With access to the top heart and vascular program in Illinois by U.S. News and World Report for 18 years, the nurses, cardiac surgeons, and cardiologists at Northwestern Medicine's Central DuPage Hospital are experts in non-surgical options for patients with aortic valve disease like Beverly. Using a catheter, her team inserted her new valve, then inflated a small balloon to secure it in place. Almost immediately, blood flow was restored.
Thanks to my wonderful team, I'm enjoying the retirement I had always dreamed of.
Because what makes us better makes you better. Northwestern Medicine. Learn more at nm.org/better.
After the end of a good fight, you deserve an ice-cold reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. You've earned this rich golden lager with a crisp, refreshing taste. Because you know, the bigger the fight, the better the reward. You put in the hours, the energy, the tough labor. You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Hey, Blackhawks fans, it's Frank Nazar. Stay with us. Break's over.
Thanks, Frankie, and get well soon. Speed of the Game is sponsored by Chicagoland Jiffy Lube. Visit your local Jiffy Lube today for a quick quality oil change that gets you in and out in a jiffy. And how about the fastest skater in tonight's game after 40 minutes of play? That was Ilya Mikheyev. He had a burst of 22.2 miles per hour. And the fastest shot so far, I'd say the hardest shot, Morgan Geekie, who was red hot early, and as John had pointed out earlier, has not scored in 11 games. He had a slap shot of 89 miles per hour.
That's because Louis Crevier hasn't shot the puck yet.
That's right.
Now back in the Bruins zone near corner. Colton Dock finishing his check on McAvoy. Works the puck free. Foligno drives it around to the right point to Murphy. Put it down to Foligno back in the net. Back to Murphy, right point. Murphy got free with a puck and then tried to feed the slot. This is picked off by Aspero, Bruin defenseman. Moves it ahead to Minton to the Hawk blue line, and he'll dump the puck off the end boards behind the net. Murphy gathering it in. Works it through to Foligno, then to Slaggert, center ice on the right wing. He's hit in front of the Bruin bench by Geekie. They jostle a bit. Foligno came in from behind and gave Geekie a tap to the back of the head. They cease and desist. Meanwhile, Minton back into the Hawk end. Took the puck to the right wing corner. Chips it behind the net. Geekie left wing corner. Swings it back across along the right wing boards. Minton checked off the puck by Kaiser. Whistle blows. And what are we going to get, a charging call here?
Geekie took a hit. Was it Levshunov? Somebody finished his check on Geekie. You pointed it out. Geekie was going at it with Foligno literally 20 seconds prior to that. And it is going to be Levshunov.
Chicago penalty 55, 2 minutes charging.
Charging is the call.
Charging.
And you don't see that called very often.
Yeah.
But I love the response from Foligno earlier, though, on Geekie, because Geekie was going hard on Landon Slaggert, and that's kind of a mismatch. And Foligno, the 38-year-old, realized that, so he came over, had some words for Morgan Geekie, and then literally 20 seconds later, Levshunov with the penalty. So the first power play of the night for the Boston Bruins, and we're about halfway through this third period.
Penalty at 7:35 of period number 3. Bruins with the 3-2 lead off the draw. Bruins control. Pasternak right point. Put it down beside the net. A little pass to the bumper spot by Zacha. Picked off by Ilya Mikheyev. And he'll clear to center ice. Pasternak at the Bruin blue line, right wing side. Skating it ahead to center ice. And he drops it back to the Bruin blue line. Pavel Zacha there to Elias Lindholm. Turned it over at the Hawk blue line. Dickinson's got it. 1 against 4 Bruins. He'll skate the center ice and fling it off the boards and down and go get off on a change. 127 on the Bruin power play.
They're very good on the road, John. 28.3% power play went away from Boston.
Now Zacha enters the Hawk zone to Pasternak, top of the right circle, sent it over left circle. Geekie tried a one-timer, and that deflects wide as he breaks his stick in the process. Ryan Green gets to the puck along the right boards. Hawk end, and he'll clear it all the way down. 104 on the Bruin power play. Hawks change up a couple of their penalty killers. Here's Mason Lohrei to the Bruin blue line, dropping the puck back into his zone to the oncoming Victor Arvidsson. He's through center over the Hawk blue line, dropping it at the left point. Middlestat to Lohrei there. To Minton, top of the left circle. Middlestat to Minton in front. He fires. You may have heard it hit the side of the post. Crevier pancakes Middlestat into the end glass. Puck ends up left wing corner. Minton to Lohrei left point. Long wrist shot. He scores.
Second of the night.
If this is Mason Lohrei's goal, it's not only a power play goal, but as Steve just told you, his second of the night. And this gives the Bruins a 4-2 lead with 10:59 left in period 3.
Well, good puck movement by the Boston Bruins. They had a couple of different opportunities to shoot this puck. I don't know if Soderblom saw this till the very last second. And the high riser, Middlestat was standing in front. A couple of defensemen might have been Louis Crevier out there, might have been taking the eyes away of the Chicago Blackhawk netminder. But Mason Lohrei, who has been in some trade talks indirectly, they're talking about Rasmus Andersson, and as a possible guy going the other way would be Mason Lohrei and possibly a draft pick. But he is struck twice for the Boston Bruins, and he has given them a 2-goal lead.
Lohrei from Minton and Middlestat. The goal at 9:00, period number 3. So 4-2 in favor of the Bruins as we rejoin the play. Lohrei again, this time from the right point. Slaps the puck in deep behind the Hawk net. And Genoa's hit, but moves the puck to the left wing corner. It's shoveled in behind, actually in front of the Hawk net by Sean Corrali. Corrali again now from the left corner. Put it around Lohrei through the high slot. Long shot from there, and that deflects. Looked like it deflected off the side of the net. At the Hawk blue line, Andre Burakovsky sweeps it rink wide. Bedard, left wing of center ice. Hit as he unloads the puck across into the right wing corner in the Bruin end. Bruins get it back. Lohrei stretch pass up the right side for Kastelik at center ice. He'll deflect it in behind the Hawk net, get off on a change. Here's Oliver Moore taking a pass to center to the Bruin blue line on the left wing. Snaps it down behind the net around at the far side. Morgan Geekie hit over there by the Hawks' Nick Lardis. Bruins get the puck, however, and Minton will clear down into the Hawk zone. Here's Alex Steeves to the left wing corner. Snaps the puck behind the net around and up the near side. Yoki Haru right point. Sends it down to the right wing corner. Alex Steeves there. From St. Paul, Minnesota. Checked by Grzelcyk off the puck. Murphy got hold of it. To Lardis. Hawk line right wing. Stops and goes rink wide with a pass to Moore. To Donato. He's over the Bruin line on the left wing. Runs into a check there from Zadorov and lost the puck. Bruins get it back. Geekie flipping it back into the Boston zone. Yoki Haru in the near corner. Passing up the right wing side to Steeves. Lifts the backhander to the Hawk blue line. Picked off by Wyatt Kaiser. He's in over the Bruin line. Runs into a check in the slot. Elias Lindholm sends the puck down to the Hawk blue line. David Pasternak into the Hawk zone to the right circle. Put it in front. They score. It's Murat Husnudinov with his 11th goal on the season. And the Boston Bruins now lead this hockey game 5-2 with 8:58 left in period number 3.
What a magical play by David Pasternak. That puck looked like it was on a string when it was on his stick. He was dancing the defenseman. Just when you think he gets shut off by Louis Crevier, he threads a pass through a couple of different sticks, through a couple of pairs of legs, right on the stick of Husnudinov, who puts it in the partially open cage, but that's just a thing of beauty. David Pasternak still has it, and he made a couple plays like that in the second period. They did not connect for goals. That one does, and he gives his team the 3-goal lead.
So as I mentioned, Husnudinov, that's number 11 on the season. From Pasternak, 5-2 Boston. Now center ice, Dickinson firing the puck down the boards in behind the Boston net around the right wing corner. Mikheyev checked off the puck. The Bruins take it back. They'll clear their end. Here's Husnudinov again to the Hawk blue line, dropping it off to Pasternak, right point. He lost the puck as Vlasic kicks it to center ice to Bertuzzi. To Vlasic over the Bruin line, left wing side. He shot the puck in front of the net that deflects off of the stick and off of the glass. Kusnedinov back through center of the Hawk line, left wing to Pasternak, high slot. Feeds the puck in between the circles, picked off by Vlasic. Ilya Mikheyev, and from back in the Hawk zone, he'll send it over to Crevier along the right boards. To Vlasic between the circles, holding the puck as the Hawks complete a line change. Vlasic passing to Connor Bedard, snapping it off the right side, glass in behind the Bruin net. Burakovsky to the puck, tried to give it over to Bedard. Picked off instead by Zacha. To Lohrei. Stretch pass ahead into the Hawk zone. Icing's going to be the call now against the Boston Bruins. 7:43 left in the third. 5-2 in favor of the Boston Bruins.
You know, John, we touched on it earlier. I think Don Sweeney deserves a lot of credit. In the previous goal to this, the assist, the primary assist to Minton, and I believe it was Middlestat on that goal. Both of those guys came over in trades from last year. Don Sweeney sending Brendan Carlo to the Toronto Maple Leafs. That's how he got Minton. He sent Charlie Coyle to the Colorado Avalanche. That's how they got Middlestat. And then just most recently, the Kusnedinov goal, they sent Justin Brazeau to the Minnesota Wild last year for Kusnedinov. So all of those guys factoring in not only on tonight's game, but really the success Boston's had this year.
And Justin Brazeau, of course, finding his way to Pittsburgh. He was in here recently with the Penguins and picked himself up a hat trick. He had a big night.
Great.
Now at the Hawk blue line, Wyatt Kaiser passing the puck ahead. It's intended for Ryan Green, but it's over his stick, and Yoki Haru at the Bruin line took it back. To Zadorov, shot it across the ring for Corrali. Hawk blue line, picked up by the Hawks green. To Moore, he's in over the Bruin line on the right wing. Does a spin once and then twice against Zadorov. Puck ends up at the right point. Murphy sends it left point. Grzelcyk, long shot from there. Deflected wide by Moore. Lardis behind the net, leaving it there for Moore. To Grzelcyk left point to the high slot. Donato sent it toward the net. Deflected off the post there off the stick of Lardis as Korpisalo's goal stick goes flying in behind the Bruin net. A couple of decent chances there for the Hawks, but they just couldn't convert.
Well, Lardis, I think a second attempt had a partially open net, put it right off the post. Couldn't believe his luck.
Here's Donato now taking a pass over the Bruin line on the right wing. Runs into Asperov. And the puck taken back by the Boston Bruins. Minton escapes through center. He's over the Hawk blue line and sent the puck down behind the Hawk net. Then he's bear hugged into the inboards there by Levshunov. Foligno gathers in the puck. Skates at the center ice. Gave it a Landis Slaggert. Hit hard by Asperov right at the Bruin bench. And Slaggert will head to the Hawks bench. Morgan Geekie back through center. Into the Hawk zone. Hands it off to Steves. Crosses the high slot. Over to the left circle where he fires. Stick save made by Soderblom. Colton Dock the other way to center ice. Will just dump the puck into the right wing corner in the Bruin zone. And Hampus Lindholm falls down. Dock got to the puck. Poked it into the right wing corner. Mikheyev to Vlasic left point. Long shot from there. Missed the net. Mikheyev battling for the puck in the right wing corner with Hampus Lindholm. Mikheyev wins the battle for the puck, but it bounces out and the Bruins will get it back. Elias Lindholm hands it off, now picked off by Vlasic, Hawk line, shot it to the Bruin line. Yoki Haru then pounds it back down ice into the Hawk end. Icing's going to be called here against Boston. 5:22 left in the third, 5-2 in favor of the Bruins.
Well, you can see why their Boston Bruins have been successful this year. Yeah, there was two shots off the post by the Chicago Blackhawks. A redirection by Nick Lardis, and then the follow-up attempt by Nick Lardis, both off the outside of that right post. And as you perfectly described, John, Korpisalo lost his stick on the play, so he was kind of hopeless. And Nick Lardis ringing the iron twice.
Well, Ryan Green will face off now with Elias Lindholm. This will be in the circle to Korpisalo's left. Won by the Hawks. Grzelcyk left point takes the puck. Down to Green left wing corner. Puck bounces off of his stick. Lohrei tried to clear it away. Burakovsky took the puck along the left wing board. Spins it behind the net around to the right wing corner to Bedard. Levshunov right point. Grzelcyk left point. Down to Burakovsky left wing corner. Back to Grzelcyk. And Soderblom is on the Hawks bench. 6 attackers. Here's a shot from the high slot by Levshunov that stopped in front. Puck taken away by Lohrei, who tried to fire it down into the Hawk empty net. This hit Grzelcyk in the helmet and deflects down into the Hawk end anyway.
Could have been a hat trick for Mason Lohrei. That was a great block by Grzelcyk.
Bertuzzi into the Bruin zone, left wing side. to Burakovsky, left point. Put it down to the left wing boards to Bertuzzi. Spins it behind the net. Bedard, right wing corner. Lefshinoff, high slot to Grzelcyk, left point. To Bedard, top of the right circle with a toe drag and a shot block. Bedard got it back, and from the slot tried to drop it down beside the net to Bertuzzi. Picked off by the Bruins. Husnadinov, head to Pastrnak, shot it to the Hawk blue line, taken away by Grzelcyk. To Bedard, he's over the Bruin line, dropping it at the left point. Bertuzzi slings the puck in behind the net. In the right wing corner, Donato got it. To Crevier. Put it into the right wing corner, Bedard. Back to Crevier, high slot. Winds and fires. Kick save made by Korpisalo. I want to see more of that.
Yeah, that was over 90 miles per hour for sure.
Crevier put it to Bedard, bottom of the right circle. A tough angle shot. And Korpisalo leans against the left post to stop it. Bertuzzi got it back to Burakovsky in the left wing corner. To Crevier, wide open, high slot. To Bedard, right face-off dot. He shoots. That's over the net, around the glass, and it looked like it caught the netting. It did. 3:37 left in the third. 5-2 Boston. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
Mornings on WGN start at 6 with me, Bob Surratt. Nights along to Blackhawks hockey and sometimes Landecker.
With America's best lineup of hybrids from Hyundai, you get the best of both worlds, like the reliable and efficient Tucson Hybrid, backed by America's best warranty. The Hyundai Tucson Hybrid. It's the best of both worlds.
Right now, for a limited time, lease the Hyundai Tucson for $249 a month or get 0.99% APR on the Tucson or Tucson Hybrid. Offers end February 2nd. Call 224-661-0068 for details.
What if your instincts could pay off? With Robinhood Prediction Markets, you can put your sports IQ to work on the games you know best. It's not you against the house. It's you participating in a live market. Buy or sell your predictions all game long. Trade every play with Robinhood. Visit Robinhood.com/predict. That's Robinhood.com/predict. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
Labor unions are the backbone of our country. Unions protect members and help them lead healthier lives. That's why United Healthcare provides active and retired labor union members access to quality healthcare benefits. As a trusted resource, the dedicated team will help Taft-Hartley and multi-employer funds find the right combination of health benefits. Visit uhc.com/unions for more information. Quality healthcare coverage for labor unions. Insurance coverage provided by or through United Healthcare Insurance Company of Illinois or their affiliates. Administrative services provided by United Healthcare Services, Inc. or their affiliates.
Hey, Chris Chelios here. It's time to break out the Bandito. El Bandito Yankee Tequila. So smooth, it's criminal. Break out the Bandito, baby.
We're hoping to, Chelly. Well, there were 5 minutes remaining in the game a few minutes ago, and that's sponsored by Take 5 Oil Change. Take 5, the stay-in-your-car 10-minute oil change. Along with Steve Conroy and Charlie Romeliotis, I'm John Weideman. Happy to have you along here with 3:35 left in the third period. Bruins lead the game 5-2, nearly 6-2, as Morgan Geekie had the puck at center ice in front of the benches and backhanded one wide of the empty Hawks net. 6 attackers for the Hawks. Burakovsky into the Bruins zone. Had a stick lifted off the puck behind the net by McAvoy, but got it back. Spins it around to the right wing boards. Lefshinoff battling over there with Morgan Geekie. Puck fired out to the line, held in by Grzelcyk. To Bedard, now the left wing corner. They'll hold on to the puck, give it to Burakovsky along the boards. To Lefshinoff, high slot, long shot from there. Korpisalo makes the pad save. Bertuzzi kicks the puck away, put it to his stick, then got it over to Burakovsky, left wing circle. Burakovsky retreating to the left point, 2:50 on the clock. Leaving it for Grzelcyk. This pass eludes him and slides down to the Hawk blue line, and Grzelcyk will go and get it.
You know, it's too bad the Blackhawks had something going, a couple of looks there. I tell you what, Jonas Korpisalo has been really, really good in this hockey game.
Certainly has. Lindholm along the near boards, leaving the puck to Pastrnak. He clears to center ice. Ryan Green gives it to Grzelcyk in front of the penalty boxes. Over to Lefshinoff, then back to Green. Or to Grzelcyk now, left wing side of center. He'll spin it down behind the Bruin net. Nathan Lohrei, who has a career-high 2-goal night, lost the puck. Burakovsky left circle, jams it in front, and a big pileup ensues. And a whistle stops play now. As bodies are flying everywhere, yet Connor Bedard reaching in, fishing for the puck. He was held at bay. 2:13 left in the third. 5-2 Boston. This This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
Jiffy Lube's quick, quality 15-minute oil change service will have your car ready before you know it. It's so fast, you'll find yourself saying, already ready? Even now, after I just told you, you'll still be surprised at how fast and efficient it is. Plus, Jiffy Lube does more than just oil changes fast. They'll take care of the preventive maintenance your car needs to keep running smoothly, like free fluid top-offs, battery checks, and more. All in a jiffy. So come in today. You're practically already ready. When injuries slow you down, you need a team that knows how to get you back in the game. At Illinois Bone and Joint Institute, their highly trained professionals work together to deliver empathetic, timely, and efficient patient care. So you can move better, live better. And if an injury happens after hours, they've got you covered with IBJI Ortho Access beyond their regular clinic hours. Illinois Bone and Joint Institute. Learn more at IBJI.com. That's IBJI.com.
We see you out there coming up with original ideas, which is why you shop at Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Because you know that when a spark of inspiration hits, we'll have the brands and supplies you need at prices that'll help make it happen. Like a 20-volt Craftsman drill driver kit, just $69. Save $40 on DeWalt construction jacks, only $89.99. And 3-panel LED shop lights, just $3.99 each. Find the value you need to bring your ideas to life. Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
Hey, it's Spencer Knight. Catch Lisa Dent weekday afternoons at 2. Now back to the action.
Well, thank you. And tonight's broadcast is sponsored by Flight by Yuengling. Crisp, refreshing, and only 95 calories. Flight, the next generation of light beer. And talking about Jonas Korpisalo, if he holds on to this win, got 2 minutes and 13 seconds, and they're up 5-2. If he holds on to this win, it'll be his third consecutive win. He has now stopped 76 of the last 79 shots fired his way. It's about a .962 save percentage in these 3 games.
Well, inside the Hawks zone, inside the Bruins zone, the Hawks get the puck. Crevier near the right point. All he can do is chop it down behind the net. McAvoy got the puck, spins to center ice. Kaiser took it away, sends Lardis into the Bruins zone to the right wing half boards. Stepping there, he'll poke the puck down behind the net. McAvoy put it over to Zadorov in the corner, and he'll lift the puck through the air to the Hawk blue line. Kaiser there to Foligno, Boston line. Backhands it down to the left wing corner, circles, and it ends up in the far corner. And Zadorov missing on a pass up ice. Icing's going to be called here against Boston. And if you're the Bruins, they've got some good face-off men. You're willing to take this kind of a chance. Go ahead and ice the puck because you know you've got some pretty good face-off man that can probably get you possession of the puck.
Yeah, and it helps, too, that you've got the 3-goal lead. It's not like it's a 3-2 game and the other team's pulled their netminder. You can take a couple of free looks. And, yeah, they've got a lot of confidence in their face-off guys, and they win another one.
In behind the net now. McAvoy to the puck will lift it down ice into the Hawk zone. Not going to be icing as Levchinov tracks the puck down behind the net. 1:20 on the clock for the game. Levchinov to Burakovsky, center ice. Crossing the Bruin line, left wing. Flips it rink wide. Ryan Green will stick it down behind the Bruin net. Hampus Lindholm sends it back around to the left wing side. Pasternak gains center ice but turns the puck over. Burakovsky short of the Bruin line, gives the puck to Grzelcyk, sticks it down the left wing glass, in behind the Bruin net and up the far side. We're under a minute to play here in regulation. Pasternak gets a pass to center, to the Hawk blue line left wing side, bothered by Grzelcyk, who then poke checks the puck off of his former teammate's stick and up into the Hawks bench, hence the whistle. 49 seconds left in the game, 5-2 Boston.
Well, we really haven't talked about Marco Sturm much, and he, of course, the new coach behind the bench for the Boston Bruins, replacing Joe Sacco, who had the reins of the team last year. Marco Sturm, longtime player in the NHL, had a great career with the San Jose Sharks and, of course, the Boston Bruins. Played a little bit in L.A., Washington. I think he finished his career with the Florida Panthers.
He did, yep.
But, boy, with Boston, he was an assistant coach with the L.A. Kings for the longest time, then a head coach down with their farm team, the Ontario Reign. His first year behind the bench has been pretty special.
You know what, Steve? I talked to him this morning, and I asked him how he got into coaching, and he said, I started by coaching my kids at the local rink. And then Peter Worrell, do you remember Peter Worrell?
Sure do, yeah.
Peter Worrell asked Marco Sturm to be the head coach of an academy hockey team down there, and that was his first head coaching job. And he said he loved doing it and just continued to do it.
It was a great question by you, first of all, because I've covered Marco Sturm the first 3 years in the NHL. I was with the San Jose Sharks at the time, and he was a very, I'm going to say studious player, but he was an excellent checker, good on the penalty kill. He had some flashes of offense too, but I think it sometimes helps when you get a coach who might not be a superstar, and he can relate to the guys who are, grinders and pluggers and guys who have to work hard to make it.
Off the draw, Lorei from the high slot trying to fire a wrist shot. He breaks his stick in the process.